What's up, guys? It is Jay Beebs here, and welcome to the very first episode of the Barrow Road to Glory. First Road to Glory that I'm doing on FIFA 22, and honestly, what I'm planning on doing for the rest of FIFA 22. If you guys have been following along with the channel, you know that I do a lot of career mode series that I never finish. In fact, I just finished a career mode series that I am, in fact, not going to finish. So, going back to Road to Glories, I like the way it works because the way that I do it, each episode is half a year, 6 months. So that way, I stop, I play some games, I enjoy that experience, but at the same time, I get to build the team, get to see the team progress, see how things change, and it's nice and quick. It doesn't drag on, and I get to try a bunch of crazy stuff. After this, it's going to be a bunch of Creative Club stuff, and then it's going to go. Well, I'm thinking of doing like a Creative Club idea, and then just a regular Road to Glory. Just kind of keeping that little progress going. That way, you guys get to enjoy everything you want to enjoy. With that being said, let's hop right into this. So, Barrow, down in EFL League 2, they're not the greatest of teams. I think they're the third worst team. I did Road to Glory with them on FIFA 21. That I never finished, so that's why I chose them. Plus, they're very nice uniforms. Board expectations are pretty easy, pretty simple. And hopefully, things just kind of go well, So the team that I'm going to be using, we're playing a simple 4-2-2-2. Farming is going to be in goal. Platt and Ellis are the center backs. Hutton and Bruh outside backs. Banks and Jones are the two defensive mids. DeVitt and Gotts are the attacking mids. And Gordon and Zanzala up top. Very good formation. Hopefully, I don't really know what works with FIFA 22 yet. Very new to the game. Still trying to figure things out. Been watching a bunch of stuff. And from what I've gathered from playing and watching is I need at least one defensive mid, probably two defensive mids to help that back line. And going forward, you just need to score the chances that you get. So obviously, Road to Glories. This is not a one season thing. I'm not buying for now. I'm buying for 4 or 5 seasons from now. And that is all starting with Konaya Boyce Clark. Young goalkeeper from Reading, bought him 59 overall, 970,000. 18 years old is the key. Dynamic potential, should be able to make this guy a world-class goalkeeper, and I fully expect him to be, and I'm probably even going to start him right away. Dynamic potential, get him playing, get the results. Let's get that overall up quickly. Same goes for CD Jota, Norwegian striker I bought from a Norwegian club. I can't remember the name. Well, I remember what it looks like, no clue how to pronounce it. 580,000. He's very quick. He's not the tallest, but he's very quick. So I'm thinking, pair him up with, kind of like an all-round striker. If we stick with this formation, let him get in behind, and the other striker kind of do some of the passing, the hold-up play, and hopefully he can just run in behind the defense and score every chance he gets. If that's how our team scores, that's how our team scores. If not, he's also a decent dribbler. Maybe he's the one that's dropping off, creating opportunities for the other striker. So I really like his versatility and what I can do with him with a little bit of tinkering. Josh K is a left wingback / striker. Don't know how in the world you have that combination, but I've decided to sell him to Domok FC for 1.15 million. We get 775 million in the bank. And Josh Lillis will be departing the club. He's going to Wuhan FC for 155,000. And with the money from those two players, I was able to buy this man, Tierno Ballo, Austrian attacking mid, 760,000 I bought him for, 19 years old, and he has, I think, 78 or 77 potential. He's very quick and he's very good dribbler. Exactly what I want from one of those attacking mid spots. He's not starting caliber quite yet because we already do have two very good attacking mids. But thinking ahead, thinking maybe even later in the season, he could easily be the starter. And let's see what happens with dynamic potential. So I've also decided to sell our former starting striker, Zanzala. He's going to Brook Bet for 1 million. I have different plans for the striker position, so I just decided to offload him. Youth scouts are obviously extremely important in any Road to Glory, which is why I'm buying one. 3-star scout is going to England for 9 months. Again, this early on, we're not looking for any specifics. It's just, let's see what good players we can get, and then build a team from there. And we are starting off very first league game at Stevenage. And this is how the team is lining up. We are in that 4-2-2-2. Boyce Clark is in goal, Platt, Ellis are the center backs, Hutton and Bruh outside backs, Banks and Beedling defensive mids, DeVitt, Gotts attacking mid, and Gordon and Williams are the strike force. And here are the highlights from our very first ever game. So yeah, 4-1 loss is not how you want to start off your managerial campaign. Things definitely could have gone better, should have gone better, but again, I'm still trying to figure out what works, what doesn't work, how to play, how not to play. And again, the team is young, team is improving. So try not to overreact, but at the same time, don't want to underreact. So this is not an overreaction, okay? I had this planned, I wanted to bring him in. I was just waiting for the funds and finding the right players. I wanted to bring in another center back to pair with our other center back, Platt, as Ellis is like 33 years old. And that player will be Andrew Vera. Venezuelan center back. Bought him for $770,000. Good value for, I think, what should be a key defensive stud for us. He's left-footed as well. That definitely helps. Now we have a left-footed center back, right-footed center back. Things are going perfectly. And Vera is just the icing on the cake. So James Jones has been sold to Ostersunds FK for $370,000. He was never going to play. He had no chance. So might as well get him out now, get some money for him. Same goes for Kagosi Nilth. He's going to Bristol Rovers, our fellow team, also in our division, but he shouldn't help the team out, so I don't mind doing that. Dimitri C. If you are a Barrow fan or you know of Barrow, he is a very good, young, promising striker, but I have decided to sell him to Halmstad's BK. See, because my thinking was, obviously I brought in Jota, I would prefer him to succeed over C, and with our formation, I just don't think C would work, because obviously if I have to choose between one of the two younger players, I'm choosing C. But at the same time, Williams, one of our other strikers, he's having a very good season, he's looking very good and very promising. So I don't want to get rid of him, and I devalue, do I want to keep the good Williams now, or the young C? Decided, you know what, let's get rid of C, we already have another young promising striker, let's bring him in, let's keep him, and C, unfortunately you're gone. In the EFL Cup, we did lose 3-1 to Spurs. I didn't play this game because obviously we did not stand a chance. So I got another youth scout just because I have the money, nothing really else to do, don't have any players I want to bring in, like the squad. Is a 3-star, 2-star scout going to Wales for 9 months. Again, we're just looking for players. But looky what we have here. FA Cup action against Leyton Orient. And the team is a little bit different. The backline defensive mids are the same, but Barrow will be getting his first start of the season, pairing him up with Gotts, two very good young attacking mids, who like the way things are going to be going, and Williams and Gordon are the strike force. I think this team has a very good chance of winning, and let's find out in these highlights. So I mean, I honestly thought we had a chance, and obviously it was close, but conceded a last minute goal. That's not exactly the way you want to lose as well. So this is a building block. It's a moral victory, but a physical loss. But I mean, as a manager, you gotta learn. You gotta know. You have to know when you played well, when you didn't play well. I think we played well. I think we just got pretty unlucky with the result. So another one of the reasons why DeVitt was not starting that game is because I have been looking to sell him. Barrow will be taking over a spot as a full-time starter, and I've decided to sell DeVitt to Burgos CF over in Spain, $480,000. So I mean, pretty good bit of transfers by me, but yeah, Barrow is a certified starter now. And we got some bad news also from that game. Matthew Platt has broken his elbow. He's going to be out for 7 weeks. That is a huge loss. He's one of our starting center backs, a very good young center back. But this is why I did sign Barrow, because we need him to be playing well. We need him. Really, this season is rotational purposes, but next season to be a starter. But depth is key. So in the league, we are currently sitting in 16th. But if you've done EFL League 2s, Stevenage and us could end up finishing 4th and 5th at the end of the season. You truly have no clue on who's a promotion, who's going to try to go for a playoff spot, and who's just going to settle for mid-table or lower table mediocrity. You don't really know, I'd say, until the last 10 games, because even then, if a team goes on a run, they could jump up the standings. It's one of the things I like about League 2. You never know until it's pretty much over. So, second half of the season, we could perform exceptionally well. We could potentially get promoted, or we should continue this run of form we're on, and nothing really happens. So yeah, guys, that is the first episode of the Barrow Road to Glory. Next episode will be coming out tomorrow. Each episode will be coming out day after day until obviously the series ends, and then the next series will start. So I think not exactly the greatest of starts. We got the players that we wanted, which is the key for this first season. I'm gonna be honest, heading into this, I wasn't planning on getting promoted. I don't know if we will. But I do know that we got all the players that I wanted to get. And hopefully, if I know we're not going to get promoted in the second half of the season, I will just play all the young players to get those dynamic potentials up. So it's a pretty good spot to be in. I don't know what I'm going to do. But what I do know is what you should do is you should subscribe if you enjoyed, so you can see the rest of the episodes. I would say watch some of my other content, but if you're watching this the day it came out, chances are there's not another series out. But if you're watching this back a month or two later, check out some of my other stuff. I hope you guys have enjoyed, and it is J Beebs signing off. What is up, guys? It is J Beebs here, and welcome to the second episode of the Barrow Road to Glory. First episode happened yesterday, so if you want to go ahead and check that out, feel free to do so. Just kind of really set the foundation, also explain a little bit on how the series is going to work, what's going to happen, and what the ultimate end goal is. But today we are finishing up the second half of our very first season in charge, and I hope things can go well. So we're obviously going to be starting off with an interesting decision. So coming from the Youth Academy is Jaden Shepherd, 61 overall attacking mid. He might play for us. I don't know. The potential is a little concerning. It's only 63 to 75, so I don't know, how well things are going to work. I know dynamic potential plays a big factor into that, but it really doesn't do that much this quickly. So we'll have to wait and see just kind of what happens. Kaya Ellis is also joining the first team, Welsh defensive mid, 55 overall, not high potential. He's only joining the first team to add some depth off the bench. And honestly, the same goes for Nicholas Manning. Again, not going to be starting probably ever, might not even play at all for us, but we need a little bit of depth just in case injuries happen. So obviously, we've got to keep the Youth Academy going because we need to be pumping out these good players, and I'm just going to be sending a scout to Iceland for 3 months. I know we already have our 2 main scouts, but going to Iceland, hopefully get, some interesting players. And now we have a big game, well, not really, we have a game in the league against Harrogate Town, and the only reason I'm honestly playing this is because I did a little career mode series with Harrogate Town that came out before this. Unfortunately, that series did end early because I'm trying to do different things. But they're a team that who knows, I might circle back to and do Road to Glory with in the future. But we are facing them at home at Holker Street. And we are lining up in our 4-2-2-2. Boyce Clark is in goal, Platt and Vera are the center backs, Hutton and Bruh are the outside backs, Banks and Beedling are the defensive mids, Barrow and Gotts are the attacking mids, and Jota and Williams are the men up top. Here are the highlights. So it obviously was not the greatest of results, But I think we still did decently well. Like, if you look at the stats, I mean, obviously the only stat that matters is the score line, and that was a 3-0 loss for us. But the shots were even, expected goals were pretty close. We just have to be a little bit more clinical in those situations. But that is also a part of me improving as a player, and as well as the players improving in overall. So it's a stepping block. Lee Andrews will also be joining the first team. Welsh attacking mid, 59 overall, 76 to 90 potential. Really like the prospect of him. He does only have a 1-star weak foot, so I have a development plan on him to hopefully increase that. He's also 6'1". I mean, he could be a key player for us, but it's going to be tough to earn a starting spot, especially at that attacking mid position. Toby Matthews is also joining the first team. English defensive mid, 54 overall, 81 to 87 potential. Good key substitute. Honestly, same will go for Ryan Pierce. Welsh right mid, 81 87 potential. He has 5-star weak foot, 4-star skill moves, so that could end up earning him a spot on the team. But I mean, at this stage, I still know nothing about the team. So departing the club at the end of his contract will be Paul Farman. He's going to Saudi Arabian side Al Tawoon. I think that's how you pronounce that. I mean, he's not a key player at the club, so we'll be leaving. We have young players to easily replace them. So if you remember, I promoted Jaden Shepherd. I have decided to sell him. Got a good deal from Sepsi OSK out in Romania. He will be departing the club at the end once the transfer window opens next season. So he is dead weight for now, but he is still a player at the club. I still expect him to come off the bench. So we have another league game in EFL League 2 as we are hosting Northampton at Holker Street. And Northampton is another one of those teams I'm considering doing another series on. I was a fan of them, a little Fairweather fan. I used them a lot in FIFA 18, FIFA 19, so might decide reignite the flame and use them for a series. But I've changed up how the team is going to look. So I've decided to switch the team to a 4-2-3-1. Boyce Clark is the keeper, Platt, Vera center backs, Burra and Hutton are the outside backs. So back line is the same. Even the defensive mids are the same. But it's that front four. Barrow and Jota on the wings, Andrew attacking mid, Williams striker. I believe Gotts is suspended for this game, so he can't play. But normally that would be Gotts, that attacking mid spot. So I'm trying to utilize the pace of Jota and Barrow. I just don't feel like the way things were working, it was exactly right for them. But I do believe in this formation, this style, they should prevail. And here are the highlights. Okay, so if I wasn't a choke artist, that would have worked very well. I mean, we got up to a good 2-0 lead, but then they scored 3 immediate goals, winning the game 3-2. So that is something that I'm going to have to think about in the future, but I think the team, it worked really well when things were just going well, and I mean, they just stormed back. Can't really do anything about that, because you just got to take the L, move on, but this is a moral victory for us. Joe Grayson has departed the club. He's going to FC Nordjylland. 650k. He never really was a key player for us, so don't mind that departure. And the player who's joining the first team, who I don't honestly think is going to do that much for the club, Ruben Wright. English striker, 53 overall, 79 to 87 potential. Just nothing special about him that makes me think I should keep this guy and develop him. So we'll see what happens. Honestly, same goes for Omar Madsen. Again, there's just a lot of these players where I just simply don't know, and I don't want to waste them just sitting in the youth academy. At least send them up to the first team. If things don't work well, we can at least sell them for a good chunk of money. And same goes for Adam King. So Jordan Stevens has been sold to Tokushima Vortis for 1.1 million. Honestly, at this point, probably just going to end up selling a lot of these younger players, because just to bring some extra money in for next season to hopefully invest. And Tom White will be departing the club once the season ends. His contract is expiring. He is going to Dundee FC. So at the end of the season, we finished in 16th on 59 points. Not exactly the best finish, not exactly the worst finish at the same time. I think we finished in a pretty good spot for what I expect in the first season. Obviously, I think we should be in at least in 8th next year. I want to be pushing for those playoffs next year. But this year, I think it was good building block, good foundation for the team. And we're in with some pretty good company. I mean, of all the saves I've done, Port Vale has won the league multiple times. Bristol Rovers is one of the best teams. Same with Salford City. So, obviously, we did a good, decent enough job. In the FA Cup, we did get knocked out in the first round, 3-2 to Leighton. Hopefully, we do not do that again next season. The Carabao Cup, we somehow made it to the 3rd round before we were obviously in a horrible position against Spurs. We lost 3-1. And in the Papa John's Trophy, we did not get a single point in the group stage. But again, I really could care less about that. So this season, Gotts appeared in the most games for us with 55, but just behind him was Hutton, Beedling, and Banks and Bruh. Boyce Clark appeared in 52. The top goal scorer for us was George Williams with 18 and 50. Banks was just behind him with 13 and 54. From that defensive mid spot is quite impressive. And Gordon had 9 in 44 games. Williams also led the team in assists with 8 and 50. Gordon had 7 in 44. And Beedling had 4 in 54. So Williams definitely outperformed my expectations for him this season. And that's definitely changed my plans. So the players that will be departing the club are Jones, James, Farman, Maloney, White, and Brown. When their contracts expired, don't really see a reason to keep pretty much any of them around. So you gotta make business decisions. We got depth. We got some young players, and next season we can hopefully get some decent replacements. So this is how the team is looking. Obviously, Gotts would be starting instead of Andrews, but last game Andrews asked to play. So yeah, I don't exactly know what I want to improve. The back line is really coming along. Same with the goalkeeper. Maybe get a new left mid, because Jota is just not progressing as quickly as I would like. You know, maybe I just fully invest in the youth academy, trust the starting 11 next season, and then reevaluate the year after. I don't know. So, I mean, you'll have to find out next episode. And that next episode will be coming out tomorrow, as always. These episodes are back daily uploads. And honestly, I mean, I think we kind of found our team identity in that 4-2-3-1. It's really a little bit of counter-attacking style, which is what I've always usually preferred to use. So it's gonna be interesting just to kind of see what happens with the team next season. I think. See, I don't even know what I'm gonna do, because I think I might just invest in the youth academy, because don't need to fix the team. I mean, that back line is all young and improving. The midfield is pretty decent as well. Up top, Williams is going to be a good key player for us next season. But I don't know. And since I don't even know, there's no way that you can know. And for you to know, you have to watch the episode coming out tomorrow. Subscribe so you can just see when I upload. It means a lot. I hope you guys have enjoyed. And it is J Beebs signing off. Hello everyone, and welcome to the 3rd episode of the Barrow Road to Glory. This is the 3rd episode, and each episode is half a season, so this is obviously the start of our 2nd season in charge. Last episode, I mean, and even last season, it wasn't good, but it wasn't bad. We got a good foundation. We kind of think things are just kind of going our way. We're kind of figuring out a little bit more of what we expect from the club, what key players are going to be good for us, you know, who's growing quickly, who's not, who we need to replace, and all sorts of stuff. Hopefully, you can make some big transfer moves, or maybe even some big investments in the Youth Academy this episode. But let's get right into this one. So, I will not be buying any players, because we have to finish with at least a 1.2 million profit at the end of the first transfer window. So, it looks like this is going to be just collect money until the transfer window closes, and then I'll probably just invest fully in the Youth Academy. And we gotta invest in the Youth Academy because you can sometimes get some interesting players. First of which is Austin Allison, 5-star weak foot though, so could be good, but potential is not the greatest. Overall is not the greatest. Honestly, I don't see him as a key player for us, but he should be worth a lot of money. And if you look in the top of the screen, we only have 22 players, so we need some younger blood. And honestly, same goes for Bobby Webb. I've decided to sell Josh Gordon to Paris FC for $650K. He's not going to be starting for us. Don't want him to just be sitting there complaining the entire time. So I have decided to sell him. I think that's a pretty good bit of business for us. I don't understand why Paris FC want him, but don't mind that. And looky what we have here. First game of the season, we are facing off against Northampton at Holker Street. And if you remember from last episode, the last game that I physically played, we were up 2-0 against Northampton before we blew the lead and lost 3-2. So hopefully we can get our revenge. And this is the team that we're going to be going with for this game and probably most of the season. We're playing a 4-2-3-1. Boyce Clark is the keeper, Platt and Vera center backs, Hutton and Bruh outside backs, Banks and Beedling defensive mids, Barrow and Jota outside mids, Gotch is the attacking mid, and Williams is our main man up top. Counter-attacking style is how I like to play. I think it's going to work very well at this formation. Here are the highlights. We have finally gotten our revenge. 4-2 battering of Northampton. I mean, you look at the stats. We had higher possession, more than twice as many shots. I mean, our expected goals was way higher than theirs, passing higher. So, good all-around performance by the team. And that's pretty much, honestly, exactly how you want to start a season, a 4-2 victory to kick things off. Hopefully this is a sign that this season is going to be our season, and hopefully we can get promoted. In the EFL Cup, we lost 2-1 to Leeds. I mean, what do you expect? That's Leeds. They're going to beat us. So, like I said, Youth Academy. We're sending a 3-star scout into England to get us some defensively minded players for 9 months. A 3-star scout to Northern Ireland for 9 months to get us some physically strong players. And finally, a 3-star, 2-star scout to the Republic of Ireland for 9 months. Just no specific instructions. Just find me some players. So I lied about the Youth Academy, because I have found this man from Denmark, Michael Ure, 72 overall striker who accepted to join the club for $3.6 million. He is 6'2", I believe, he has 90 pace, and he's a decent finisher of the ball. So obviously this will take us over the hump. This does also probably mean that Williams will have to depart the club, but he will not be joining us until the second half of the season. That will hurt us, potentially, but hopefully we can do a good enough job, this first half of the season. Then once we get Ure, it just takes us over the top. So Rory Byrne will be joining the first team from the Youth Academy, solely for the purpose of depth and money, because I will be selling him because, wow, he is atrocious. So like I said, George Williams most likely will be departing the club, and he is joining Saudi Arabian side Al Shabab for $1.45 million. It makes sense. Honestly, he's not going to be a key player at the club anymore, and we honestly have an absolute weapon coming in to replace him. And joining us from the Youth Academy will be this man, Frankie Ashworth, who should be a key piece for us now and forever. 6'1" English defensive mid, 63 overall, 72 to 94 potential. He has a natural 5-star weak foot, and with development plan on increasing his defensive work rate, I mean, he's probably going to be starting right away. Cannot waste a player like this, of his caliber, of his quality. I mean, this is exactly what I want from the Youth Academy this season. I want to find these really good key players to plug in, and then next season, hopefully we get a little bit more money, a little bit more financial freedom, then we can fix pieces and parts. So looky what we have here. We have some FA Cup action. We are hosting Walsall at Holker Street. And the team we're going with is the exact same as the first game of the season. However, Ashworth is in for Banks at that defensive mid spot. Like I said, he's going to be a good starter for us. Here are the highlights. So, some games you just get lucky, and this is one of those. They had more expected goals than us, but we shut them out 3-0. 3 expected goals, 3 goals. They had more possession, they had more shots, they had more pretty much everything offensively. But that doesn't matter when you win the game. 3-0 victory, and we advance in the FA Cup. So, Kai Ellis, he is one of our backup defensive mids. He has broken his tailbone, he's out for the next 5 months. Would say this is a key injury, but it's really not. But if we do need defensive mids, if they go down, we need some depth. This could really come back to haunt us. And we now have another game in the FA Cup. This time, the second round is we are again hosting at Holker Street, but this time EFL League One side Doncaster will be joining us. And the team is the exact same as it always is. Hopefully we can get the same result as last time. Here are the highlights. So yeah, we won the game. 1-0 victory. I wanted to win. That's what we did. It wasn't pretty. Could we have won by more? We probably should have. Did we though? No. Did we win? Yes. Is that all that matters? Yes. So, can't really complain. So currently in the league, we are sitting in 9th, just 2 points off of playoffs. And like I said at the beginning of the episode, this is kind of where I want to be, because obviously Ure will be coming and joining the team, and he really should take us over that hump, put us in those promotion spots. And that is the end of this episode of the Barrow Road to Glory. Pretty good episode. I mean, we got a guy who should be a striker for us for a very long time. Got a good defensive mid. The team is also just slowly progressing and increasing, doing well, getting better results. Things are just going good. I fully expect us, next episode, we should be either getting promoted or fighting for promotion. And if you want to see if we go up, you need to hit that subscribe button so you can see when it comes out. I'm telling you, it's coming out tomorrow, so I mean, if you're not watching this on the day it came out, chances are it's already out, so go ahead, feel free to do that. I hope you guys have enjoyed, and it is J Beebs signing off. What is up, guys? It is J Beebs here, and welcome to another episode of the Barrow Road to Glory. This is the 4th episode, and obviously you clicked on this, you saw the title. It's a good episode, but there is some bad news at the end. But let's not think about the bad news yet. Let's focus on the good news. Things are going well for us. And honestly, it starts with this man, Michael Ure. 73 overall striker. We are an EFL League 2 team, so he is easily the best player in this division, one of the best players in the next division. I fully expect him, and I fully want him to take us over the hump, take us to that next level. Let's get promoted, let's go up the league, and maybe we even go back to back. But with him, his speed and his size, he should absolutely tear up the league this year. But what he's not going to be tearing up is Newcastle United. Obviously, didn't play this game because we're an itty bitty club. They are Newcastle, and they beat us 3-1. Elliot Walker will be joining the first team from the youth academy. English right back. Could be good for us. I don't know. Like the 5-star weak foot, good defensive work rate. We'll just have to wait and see. Arlo Drake, though, however, will most likely be sold quite quickly. He's only going up to make me some money. Same honestly goes for Sean Keys. Ethan Bradshaw, however, will not. English attacking mid, 60 overall, 83 to 89 potential, and he has the leadership trait. So I potentially have just found our captain for the future. But the only problem is our captain is much worse than our starting 11. So I have to figure out how to kind of incorporate this man in the starting lineup, dynamic potential and all that. But I do think that there's a spot for him in the club. Ben Mooney will also be joining the first team, left wing back from Ireland, 61 overall. 67 to 91 potential. Have to promote him, see what that potential is before I make any sort of decision on him. Emmer Price will also be joining the first team, but he will be sold. So after all of that craziness, we finally have a league game, and that is going to be against Swindon Town. And this is the first game that I get to use Ure, as the team is, get used to this entire team, because this will most likely be the starting lineup for the next 2 seasons. Boyce Clark in goal, Platt Vera center backs, Hutton Bruh outside backs, Ashworth Beedling defensive mids, Barrow Jota wings, Gotts is the attacking mid, and obviously Ure is the striker. Here are the highlights from Ure's debut game. So it wasn't the greatest of results, honestly. A 2-2 draw. Was definitely hoping for more. However, you just gotta let it be. It's a random game in January. I'm not concerned about results yet. We will worry about that later in the year. And later in the year is here because we have now made it to the playoffs. We are in the playoffs. We're the 6th best team. We finished on 70 points. We are guaranteed on the final day, so that's why I didn't play the game. But yeah, 6th place. That means we're facing Bradford City in the promotion playoff semifinals, and then obviously we'll hopefully, once we advance, we face the winner of Accrington and Rochdale. So before we get into that, we're still running a football club. Dyer McLaughlin will be joining the first team. North Irish attack, right mid, 55 overall, not the greatest potential. We'll see what happens. Stephen Fanning will be joining the first team purely to be a backup goalkeeper. Yeah. So in the first leg of the playoff, I simmed it, didn't think it was worth playing. 3-1 victory. And in the second leg, it was a 1-0 victory, which means we are now traveling to Wembley to face Rochdale in the promotion playoff final. Yeah, this is quite the big deal. This is, I would say, the first game that actually matters that I've played with this club. We win this game, we go up a division. We definitely deserve to go up. We don't win, we don't go up. We have to spend another season down in EFL League 2. Don't get me wrong, I love the league, but we are too good for this. We need to be going up. And this is the team that we're going with. Same as always, the strongest 11, the starting 11. Things have always gone right when we use this team, and hopefully, just hopefully, we can pull out a win. Here are the highlights. Psych, this is a final game. I have to show you guys the other team. Rochdale are using a 5-2-3. I know that their left wing, Oda, whatever his name is, he has been an issue for me in every single series that I've done. He's very pacey, very good at dribbling, and he's decent at shooting. So if he gets in a good position, he most likely will score. But I think with the formation matchups, they only have 2 in the midfield. I think we should handle them easily. And now, here are the highlights. Five to one. The promotion playoff final. I mean, this was literally a statement game. We made a statement. We deserve to be going up. And all capped off by 5 goals from Ure. This literally could not have gone better. When I bought him, this is exactly what I imagined happening. And it has 5-1. All of our goals scored by one man. And obviously, there are the boys with our very first silverware as manager in charge. The League 2 playoff champions are Barrow. We are going to EFL League 1 next season. So proud of the boys. But we have to remember, We gotta do this again next season. So looking back at our standings and stuff, obviously we finished in 6th. I mean, pretty good goal difference. I mean, I don't understand how Bristol finished 3rd when they only had 4. But we move. In the FA Cup, obviously we did make it to that 4th round before we were then obviously matched up against Premier League side Newcastle. Carabao Cup, we did not have as fortunate of draws as last year. Got knocked out 2-1 by Leeds. In the Papa John's Trophy, we did make it to the 2nd round, but Leyton Orient did knock us out 3-1. But I really could care less about this trophy. But obviously the most important thing out of everything is the fact that we won the promotion playoff final 5-1 against Rochdale, and we are going to be in EFL League 1 next season. Gotts was the player who appeared in the most games for us with 62. Barrow had 61, and Platt Beedling had 60. So you can see our key starters, our key players, as long as they're playing, we're winning. So obviously, I'm going to keep playing them because I want to keep winning. Uruguay finished with the most goals despite playing just about the least amount of games, 21 and 28. Again, this is why I bought him. He's showing what he can do. Gotts had 18 and Jota had 15. Barrow led the team in assists with 16. Jota and Gotts had 7, and then obviously there was quite the big drop off. But I want to point out to you, if you look at the second to last player on there, Boyce Clark, our goalkeeper, had an assist. I don't know when that came. It definitely wasn't when I was using him. I can't even think of how it came. Like, it must have been off of a goal kick where the defense just totally misplayed it. But either way, goalie has an assist. So this is where the at a cost part comes in. I accepted a deal with Uruguay for a 1-year contract. I mean, I delegated it because I know I'm still learning the game. I don't know how much I should be offering him. Delegated it. Apparently they agreed on 1 year. That is quite the issue because that year is up. And I couldn't renegotiate with him because I negotiated with him too recently. Because it counted the negotiation period starting once he joined the club January 1st. So I have to wait until July 1st to renegotiate with him because you have to wait 6 months. But that is the issue because he will no longer be a player when I start next season. So I don't know what I'm going to do because, I mean, we have to bring him back. You saw how good he played for us. He's even increasing in overall. But I don't know what we're going to do to get him back. And obviously Taylor and Ellis are leaving, but who cares? All that matters is Uruguay. And looking at the team, he honestly completes the team. I mean, you look at these overalls. This is definitely a promotion-pushing EFL League 1 side with him at the top. But if we don't have him, then I don't know what we're going to do. And that is going to be a big issue. So I mean, I literally don't know why this is. I think FIFA should probably look into fixing this glitch because it's honestly ridiculous. Why can I not negotiate with a player that I agreed to a contract with 9 months ago? I mean, I don't know what I'm going to do. I just got to hope. Free agents, he's there. He doesn't sign with another team, we can get him back. But if not, we could be in trouble. So if you want to see, is life good or is life bad for us next episode, subscribe so you can see that. I hope you guys did enjoy this one, and it is J Beebs signing off. What's up, guys? It is J Beebs here, and welcome to another episode of the Barrow Road to Glory. Last episode, if you remember it, we got promoted up in EFL League 1 now. Things are kind of going good for us. But if you also remember, the player who ultimately led us to promotion, Uruguay, our striker, was out of contract and looked like he was going to be leaving the club. But I told that man, you did too much to this club. You did too much for us. You want a pay increase? Go on ahead. 20,000 wages for you, Mr. Uruguay. You are staying at this club. You carried us to promotion. You deserve to do it again. So I brought him back. But obviously, the team does not revolve around one striker. It is a unit, and to help that unit will be Lance Harper, the English right back. Nothing spectacular about him. But you never know what any of these players are going to end up being like. Ethan Bradshaw will be going on a 1-year loan move to Austin FC. If you remember, I really wanted him to be good for us. He has the leadership trait, young player from the youth academy. However, he is quite low in overall, so hopefully he goes on a loan. He comes back a good player. Ollie Banks will be departing the club. He's joining, I believe, Austrian side FC Lugano. He'll be going there for $590K. When he was a player for us, he was a very, very good player for us. Unfortunately, he is no longer a key player, and he deserves to get some playing time somewhere else. I'm rich, okay? We have a lot of money. I've decided this season, the starting 11 does not need any fixing. We just need some backups, and we need some potentially replacements. So we're going with the youth academy. Got a 5-star, 4-star scout. First one's going to Estonia for 9 months to get us some physically strong players. Now, I'm not just sending him to Estonia because obviously the scout is Estonian. In my worst to best road to glory that I did not finish on FIFA 21. Like three of our starting players who had potential to be special came from Estonia. So I'm hoping I get that same luck on FIFA 22. Which is also the reason that I'm going to Hungary for 9 months, because again, some of our best players on that save came from Hungary as well. 9 months to get us an attacker. Well, multiple, hopefully. And obviously the final scout is going to England for 9 months. No specifics, just head to the homeland, bring us back some good English talent. And here's the moment you all have waited for. Our very first league game against Hull City. We are hosting at Holker Street. The starting lineup is as follows. Boyce Clark is the keeper. Platt and Vera center backs. Hutton and Bruh outside backs. Ashworth and Beedling are the defensive mids. Jota and Barrow are the outside mids. Gotts is the attacking mid, and our main man, Ure, is the striker. Get used to this lineup because everyone on this starting 11, except for Ure, is like 24 years old and continuously improving. So we're going to be seeing all these names for a long time. And here are the highlights. Lucky what we have here, a 2-1 victory over Hull City, and absolutely dominated them. I think they should be one of the better sides, because I think they should be pushing for promotion, but we absolutely dominated them. We played perfectly, Ure was on fire, the entire team was playing very, very well, and if this is a sign of the things to come, then we might get back-to-back promotions. So Rory Byrne has been sold to Brook Bet in Spain, I believe, or Germany. One of the two, I can't remember. I do plan on doing a series with them in the future, so I probably should know where they are from. But Rory Byrne has been sold there. Owen Martin will be going to Dundee FC in Scotland for $390,000. And because I did such a good job in August, I've won my first... No, I think I won one in EFL League 2. But my very first EFL League 1 Manager of the Month award. Hopefully, I only have a chance to get 10 of these, because hopefully we go back to back. Adam King will be departing the club. He is joining English side Tranmere Rovers for $550,000. And I've won another Manager of the Month award. Back-to-back Manager of the Month awards, might I add. So look what I said. I said Estonia pumps out some good talent. Perfect example here is Pavo Koppel. Right back then, I'm converting to defensive mid from Estonia, 63 overall, 67 to 87 potential. We'll send him up. I'll probably find a role for him. Nandor Nemeth from Hungary. Very good shooting, very good dribbling, very good pace. Exactly what I want from a winger. And honestly, if Jota doesn't keep improving, I mean, Nemeth might just take a starting spot. Rolly Cool is also joining the first team. Going to be left back from Estonia. Adding some depth to the team. Lance Harper has been sold to Irish side Bohemian FC, and he is departing for $820,000. Stephen Fanning is also joining Irish side St. Pat's for $300,000. And we're not down in EFL League 1 anymore, or EFL League 2. Geez, we're in EFL League 1, so we don't have to play in round 1 of the FA Cup. Instead, we skip right to round 2. And we're facing off against former Premier League side Oldham Athletic. And the team is, I mean, it's the same as always. Like I said, get used to this lineup. It's going to be around for quite some time. Here are the highlights. An excellent performance by the boys. 3-0 victory. Absolutely dominated. 8.8 expected goals. Goal success rate was the same. I mean, they had better shot accuracy and better pass accuracy. But when we're firing off 13 shots a game, that's going to happen. But 3-0 victory. We advance in the FA Cup. Love to see it. Jagup Rutare will also be joining the first team from Estonia. Right back, 73 to 93 potential. Might amount to something, but again, with any of these youth players that aren't going to be continuously playing in the first team, I have no clue. Same even goes for Ibrahim Talbot. English defensive mid, 61 overall, 79 to 85 potential. He could be good, but I don't know when he's going to play or how he's going to play. Alexander Manik will also be joining the first team. Attacking mid from Estonia, 59 overall. Has some very good dribbling ability, so that could come in handy. Probably put him on the bench just in case I need someone to come on the team and be good. Viktor Kiss will also be joining the first team. The Hungarian left mid that I am converting to striker because obviously his shooting, aside from his pace, is his best stat. Natural 5-star weak foot, high attacking work rate. I don't think he'll be anything for us this season, but definitely want to use him in the future. Jens Kabin is also joining the first team, Estonian right back, 57 overall, 71 to 94 potential. Sending him up to, again, see if he amounts to anything. James Woolley will also be joining the first team. English defensive mid, 54 overall, 73 to 87 potential. He has the second wind trait, so that single trait might keep him at the club for a long time. So in the league, we are second. And the only team that we were behind is Hull City, who we beat that very first match day. So I think you can make the case that things are going pretty well. A little bit unexpected, to be honest, as well. Very surprising, but that means we should go back-to-back. We should be a championship club next season. So that is obviously something that is quite promising. Next episode, we're pushing for promotion. I mean, that's simple. I mean, we're in second place. If we just keep performing, keep doing what we've been doing, we should be going up. And if we go up, I think we're very capable of, definitely not back-to-back-to-back, but I think we could be a mid-table side in the championship if things just keep progressing as they have. But again, everyone knows how this works. Anything can happen. Anything can delay everything we've been working for this season. So we'll have to wait and see. And if you can't wait, you want to see the minute it comes out tomorrow, next episode will be coming out. Subscribe so you can see, turn the notification bells. I mean, I really don't care. Just watch the videos and subscribe. And it is J Beebs signing off. What's up, guys? It is J Beebs here, and welcome to another episode of the Barrow Road to Glory. Now, the question that I have been asking the last 3 episodes, and really even last episode, can we get back-to-back promotions? And I think, and you will find out, we have an answer to that question. I'm not going to reveal it, so you have to watch. But we are starting off with some transfer news. Elliot Walker, I have sold. He is going to Spanish side SD Amorebieta for $1.3 million. He's never going to play at the club anymore, so nice. Let's get some money for him. Rolly Cool is going to be going on a short loan move to America. He's going to the San Jose Earthquakes. Austin Allison has been sold to fellow English side Morecambe for $650,000. And in the FA Cup, I did not play our game against Brentford because obviously they're Brentford. At least they were in the Premier League. I don't know if they still are. And we're down in EFL League 2. But a 3-2 loss against that good of a team is quite promising of things to come. So Arlo Drake is also going to be departing the club. He will also be going to Spanish side SD Amorebieta, and he is departing for $890,000. James Woolley will be going in a short loan move to Exeter City, youth player I just promoted last episode, going him out there. Alexander Manik will be going in a 1-year loan move to Atletico Tucumán. Obviously, this is after the transfer window has ended, so he will not be with us next season. Same goes for Viktor Kiss. He will be going on a 1-year loan move to German side Heidenheim. Really want him to be a key player for us, so you might see him go out on loan a couple more times, but eventually I think he should be a key player for us. Ibrahim Talbot will be going on a 1-year loan move to Karagümrük SK. Don't know where that is. Guessing Turkey. But he will be leaving the club, obviously, at the end of the season. And joining the team, getting away from all these players leaving, we finally, at the joining point, is Nandor Rokus, Hungarian striker, 6'1", 76-90 potential. He asked to join the first team, didn't want to send him up yet, but to be honest, we need some depth at that striker spot. Emre Price will be going to German side Türkgücü, down in the third-tier German football for a little over 1 million. Obviously, key player like him for them, not for us anymore. We're big time, and obviously, we're going to keep progressing. But now we have a game in the league as we are hosting Shrewsbury at Holker Street. And this is the lineup. We are playing a 4-2-3-1. Boyce Clark is in goal, Platt, Vera center backs, Hutton, Bruh outside backs, Ashworth and Beedling are the defensive mids, Barrow, Jota on the wings, Gotts the attacking mid, and our main man up top is Ure. Here are the highlights. So we were able to win that game 2-1. Very good performance by the team. And things honestly are just going good for us. But what? Why did I play that game? Well, because obviously that was the championship game, of course. We are now EFL League 1 champions. See what I did there? You guys had no clue. You saw it was a random game I was playing in March. No, that was the game to seal the title. There's still, I forget how many games left. I think there's like 2 or 3 games still left. But thanks to that win and results elsewhere, we were able to win the league. We are EFL League 1 champions. So before we get, the league still hasn't even finished on making transfer deals. Jens Kabin is going on a 1-year loan move to Sarmiento. Rasmus Kusk will be joining the first team. Same goes for Matthias Barrow, who I think should be a really good player for us. Excellent dribbler, 6'2". Working on getting that 5-star weak foot, 77-94 potential. Arthur Greenwood, however, most likely will not. Right back, very defensive. Exactly what I want from a right back, except for the fact he's not very good. Anu Empelu will also be joining the first team. Low overall, high potential. Concerned on what he's going to amount to. So yeah, look at the league. The reason why I would have made more of a big deal of that final game, but I had to be transparent with you guys. I didn't even know that was going to win us the league, because Hull City at the time were in second, and if they drew or won their game, we still hadn't clinched. So I was kind of going through the mindset of, oh, it's just going to be another game. So we got the 2-1 win. I was like, great. And then after the game, everyone goes crazy. Everyone goes nuts. And I realized and I found out I won the league. So I wanted you guys to be just as surprised as I was when I was recording this footage. 94 points, 8-point cushion over second place. We absolutely dominated. We are a championship team, and we now finally have that question. Back-to-back promotions? That is a yes. And Ure finished as the second top goal scorer in the league with 22 and 45. And Barrow finished in the second most assists with 10 and 46. But Boyce Clark led the division in clean sheets as he had 16 and 44. So in the FA Cup, we did get knocked out in that 4th round by Brentford 3-2. Didn't play that game at the time because I didn't think we were big enough, but we're in the championship now, and I think we can challenge some of these Premier League teams. In the Carabao Cup, we got knocked out in the 4th round by Arsenal 2-1. Fair enough. In the Papa John's Trophy, we got knocked out in the 3rd round by Salford City, but we're no longer participating in this tournament because we are not a small club anymore. So, Barrow and Gotts appeared in every single game for us this season, appearing in 62, Ure in 61, and Boyce Clark, Hutton, Platt, Vera, and Bruh, Ashworth, and Beedling in 60. Ure was the leading goal scorer for the club with 32 and 61, Gotts had 24 and 62, and Barrow had 19 and 62. So obviously things are going quite well for us. Barrow led the team in assists with 12 and 62. Gotts had 10 and 62. And again, Boyce Clark had an assist. This time he had 4 assists. So our goalkeeper had more assists than our starting left back, defensive mids. Wow. I mean, this dude, I don't know how these are happening, but I don't mind that our goalkeeper is getting assists. And the players that will be departing the club: Brian Pierce, Kai Ellis, Manning, and Matthews. Some of them have been sold. Some of them are just, I just can't be bothered to renew their contracts. Will not be missed. Already looking forward to next season. And looking at this team, the only thing that I'm thinking of maybe changing is getting Beedling out at that defensive mid position. He has kind of plateaued, didn't have the greatest potential to begin with. Maybe get him in, maybe even a new left mid for Jota, because he hasn't been progressing as quickly as I thought he would. Hoping him and Barrow would be up there, some of the best players at the club. I mean, Barrow's pushing Ure for the #1 spot, so that's promising. Might even get a replacement for Bra at that left back position. But there's just a lot of, I don't know, there's a lot of what ifs, because I don't even know. And I won't know until I play the next season, and you guys won't know until you see the video for next season. But there should be, I'm thinking there will be a lot of turnover, a lot of turmoil, things will be changing a lot, everything will be happening. But at the same time, I still don't know, because I don't know what our budget's going to be, I don't know what our financial objective is going to be. If it's very restricting, I can't do much. I'm not concerned about the performance of the team. I think we will easily stay up. It's just a matter of where we place, where we finish, and if we even have a chance to challenge. To be clear, I do not want to go to the Premier League next season. This team is nowhere near ready. I mean, even if the starting 11 is ready and starting caliber, we still have an entire backup that we don't really have Premier League backups. So it's a weird combination of, like, I want to get promoted, I want to go up as quick as possible, but at the same time, do I really want to? Do I want to have to try to keep the team up and survive relegation? So it's just a giant mess, but obviously that's part of the fun of these Road to Glory, is trying to figure out what to do, what I want to do, what I don't want to do. But I know what you really want to do. You're still watching, you obviously enjoyed. In the playlist down below and on the end screen, there will be the rest of this series, so if you want to catch up on what you missed, or if you've been watching along, thank you so much. Hopefully if you've been watching along, you are subscribed, and if you're a new watcher, again, subscribe, it always helps. Daily FIFA videos, if you guys have been following along, you know, that's what I'm doing this year. Daily Road to Glories. Doing all different types of things. But I hope you guys did enjoy it. I did, and it is JBeebs signing off. Hello everyone, and welcome. I am JBeebs, and this is the 7th episode of the Barrow Road to Glory. We're doing pretty good so far. We're in the championship, and obviously things are going good. But the ultimate goal is to get up to the Premier League, and then obviously win the Champions League. So I'm just going to expedite that process a little bit. I'm making some big transfers this episode, and I'm leaving you guys on a cliffhanger. So let's get into it. Adriel Barrow. However you say his name, he's from the Ivory Coast, 76 overall, signing him for 9.4 million. He is now one of the best players on the team, and obviously, I think he's easily a championship quality winger. Maybe not Premier League caliber just quite yet, but I mean, he's 28, maybe with dynamic potential, we can make him a 78. That's all I'm really asking from him. But yeah, he's got a good left foot, and I really think he will help us get over that final hump. And someone who I had to sign because of a board objective, Rafael Costa, Argentinian right mid, 62 overall. I'm probably going to sell him next season, but board objective, I had to sign him. And of course, the Youth Academy keeps going on no matter what. Going to Argentina for 9 months to get some attackers. Going to Brazil for 9 months to get some technically gifted players. And our final scout is going to Uruguay to get us some defensive-minded players. And we are now at our very first game of the season. We are at the Hawthorns, West Brom's hometown. And this is how the team is lining up. We are playing a 4-2-3-1. Boyce Clark is in goal. Platt and Vera are the center backs. Hutton and Bruh are the outside backs. Ashworth and Beedling are the defensive mids. Barrow and Balua out on the wings. Gotts is the attacking mid. And Ure is the man up top. Here are the highlights. So I would consider that a pretty good start to your managerial career. Well, really, this season. 8-0 victory to open the season. This is the first time people have seen us this year. 8-0. I mean, expected goal is 8.3. I mean, we dominated them on the counter. We did not need to possess the ball. 8-0 win to open up the season. You know, I always try to win the first game of the season because I think it, kind of sets up your team for success. And I think West Brom are even one of the better teams. So if we can do this to them, hopefully those results can carry and we can go up. So Arthur Greenwood will be loaned out. He's going to Spanish side UD Ibiza for a year. Just trying to loan him out. Ryan Alsop will be joining the first team to be a backup goalkeeper, 32 years old, English. I think it's a pretty good signing. You can back up Boyce Clark. And Rashid Al-Masari will also be a backup, but he's going to be like a third string. So I'll probably keep Alsop around for this season, maybe even the season after that, and then Al-Masari should hopefully develop and consider himself the now number 2 goalkeeper. Omar Al-Nasser will also be joining the first team. As you can tell, whenever I played that first game, we did not have a backup goalie. All of them left, so had to go to the free agents list and just sign up a couple of goalies. Matthias Barrow will be going in a short loan move to the San Jose Earthquakes once the transfer window opens. Should be some good experience playing over in the MLS. Tom Beedling has been sold to Al Nassr. Even though he is a starter, I have sold him because, like I said, I have something big planned. I'm not showing you guys just quite yet, but stick around a little bit longer, I'll show you what I have planned. Pavo Koppel will also be sold. He's going to German side FC Ingolstadt for 1.25 million. Patrick Bra has also been sold. He's going to Spanish side Deportivo Alves for 2.45 million. And we got some bad news. Our starting center back, pretty much the guy that carries the defense, Andrew Vera, has a broken elbow injury. He's out for the next 7 weeks. This is happening in late December, so he's likely going to be out for a cup run if we have one. And really, I'm probably not going to overreact. Probably won't sign a center back because it's only 7 weeks, but we're going to need to rely on some youth players. So someone that will be joining the first team, but not at all looking to start right away, is Ricardo Cano, Uruguayan left back. Nothing special about him, but he's got 79 to 93 potential. Obviously, a player of that potential you have to keep. Alright, so this is what I've been planning. Any position promising first team quality free agents. That is what I'm looking for, and I have found a couple, I will say that. So expect to see a lot of players being brought in. We have the money, like you saw. I'm going to convert it all to wage budget just about, and I'm going to look to sign up as many of these guys as I can. Get the starting 11 better, get some better depth, and maybe even get some projects for the future. So next episode, there should be a lot going on. There will be a lot going on, so you should watch that. Especially since hopefully those guys can help us make a promotion push. I mean, we're 7 points off of playoffs, which is a little bit concerning. But at the same time, looking at the team, I don't think I want to go up just quite yet. But, depending on, dynamic potential, the players we bring in, I mean, if they perform well, we're playing like one of the best teams in the division. I have no problem with going up. So yeah, I mean, this was a little bit shorter of an episode just because, I mean, there wasn't many games to play. There was one game to play. That was the first game of the season. Efl Cup, that'll be next episode. End of the season. Next episode will also be bringing in all these big players. This was really just a setup episode because obviously I had to show all this, how we're getting, this like $7 or $8 million to turn into wage budget to sign all these players. So yeah, like I said, next episode, we're going to make some money moves. We're going to bring in probably like at least 5 very, very good players. And hopefully they amount to be very good players. But I hope you guys did enjoy this episode. Like I said, if this episode was a little bit boring, you wanted a little bit more, check out the next episode if it's out, or check out some of the previous ones, because obviously this is the 7th episode. 6 more before this. I highly recommend you watch, so you can just understand how we got here. Hope you guys have enjoyed, and it is J Beebs signing off. What's up, guys? It is J Beebs here, and welcome to another episode of the Barrow Road to Glory. If you guys remember last episode, or if you didn't watch it, go ahead. Well, you don't need to watch it. Basically, I'm planning something big. There is going to be a lot of transfers done in this episode. Things are going to happen, and I think it's going to be one of the best episodes as far as player acquisition-wise that I'm ever going to do this series. So let's get right into it. Joining the first team is Francisco Flores, free agent center back, Argentinian, 71 overall, 22 years old. One of our starting center backs is out injured right now, so now he can step in then, and then we have a good 3 center back rotation. We're playing a 4-back, so if we can just keep rotating these guys, whoever's playing good gets to start. He might go down as a club legend. I have also brought in Logan Andrews, the left wing back. However, he's not really a wing back. He is a wing back, but really I've pictured him as a left mid eventually. Obviously, we have Barrow and Laboa as the starters, so I don't really see a spot for him. So I might end up switching him into that left back position. But again, I just don't know what's going to happen immediately. Anton Schwab will be joining the first team, German defensive mid, who can also play left back. I will be playing him at left back. Just because of, he's left-footed, one left back. Obviously, I don't want to play Andrews, so I'll move Andrews to a wing, most likely, and then Schwab will fill that left back spot. Gustavo Otero will also be joining the first team. Again, from the free agent, Spanish defensive mid. He will be playing defensive mid. He is a very good passer, decent dribbler, decent defending, not the greatest shooting, so that's why I assigned him to play the defensive mid spot. Should amount to something very, very good. And in the FA Cup, I simmed this game because I thought it was pretty realistic that we would be able to win it. A 2-1 loss to Millwall. So I said I was going to play the FA Cup last episode. Evidently, that is just not going to happen. So Lee Andrews has been sold to Inter Miami FC. That is not the Andrews I just signed. Has a different Andrews, and he is departing for $1.7 million. Ruben Wright has also departed the club. He is going to French side AS Nancy Lorraine, who I will be doing a Road to Glory on at some point in the future. He is left for $750,000. So we hit a little milestone. I hit 100 wins as a manager. 55 draws, 68 losses. In 223 matches, I think that's pretty good. But I just appreciate that FIFA is doing these little news segments, these little highlights. So thank you, FIFA. So joining the first team is a man who has been in the youth academy for, I think, 2 weeks. He came in as a center mid. I switched him to a right mid. Is Mateo Herrero, 68 overall, 82 to 88 potential, left-footed Argentinian right mid who's very good at dribbling. I'm not saying he's going to be the next Messi, but if we can make him the next Messi, I wouldn't mind that. So he will obviously be joining the first team. Same goes for Jakub Lep, Estonian center back, 81, 87 potential, 66 overall. Very quick, very strong, pretty good defender. Look to see him at some point in the future. Vicente Gonzalez, Uruguayan defensive mid, very fast, very strong, pretty good defender, pretty good all-round player. Kind of what I want out of a defensive mid, honestly, in this 4-2-3-1 formation. Obviously they're defensive mid, but still sometimes got to get forward, do some things. Joel Houghton will also be joining the first team. English left mid, 88 to 82 potential. He's a good passer. There's nothing much else to say. Chances are he will be gone from the club, though, unfortunately. Alright, so I wanted to get some revenge, okay? Millwall beat us in the cup. I didn't like that, so we're going to play them in the league and hopefully win. And this is the starting lineup. Boyce Clark is the goalkeeper. Flores and Vera are the center backs. Hutton and Schwab are the outside backs. Ashworth, Otero, defensive mids. Andrews, Beloa, outside mids. Barrow has moved from the wings to the attacking mid position. And of course, the captain, Ure, is the man up top. This is honestly the lineup that I think we're going to use for a pretty long time. Everyone except for Labua and Ure is 22, 23 years old. And here are the highlights from our revenge game. Like I said, I really thought we should have won that FA Cup tie. I really thought we should have beat Millwall. Obviously, we played the game. We crushed them 4-1. So, a little bit of revenge. Would have liked to have beaten them in the FA Cup instead. But, you gotta move. Eduardo Calvaro will also be joining the first team. Brazilian attacking mid. 78 to 84 potential, however, so might just train him up a little bit and then sell him. Diogo Darte is a player that I am very excited about. Brazilian striker. He's an all-round player. I think that's what that means. And he does smash free kicks. He's got insane shot power. He's pretty pacey. He's got some good dribbling. 6'2", left-footed. So look for him. Probably not this season, probably not next season. Maybe 3 or 4 seasons down the road to be a key player in the team. But that's only if he surpasses Ure, who is again still the main man and is still on fire. Alvaro Carvajal will also be joining the first team. Uruguayan right back. I mean, he's only 5'7", so that could be a potential issue. But looking at our team, I don't even know if he's going to get in it. Alex Tavares will be joining the first team. Brazilian left mid, very pacey, very good at shooting, very good dribbling. 89 to 94 potential. I am cautious about switching him to striker because I feel like we already have so many different options. So I'm going to keep him at that left mid spot. But obviously, if things just kind of change, I will feel very comfortable moving him to a striker spot, despite him only being 5'6". Gonzalo Uribe will also be joining the first team. Argentinian attacking mid, 82 to 94 potential, high work rates. Think he could be a really good player for us, so that's why he's going up. So Alex Tavares, the player that Brazilian I just promoted, he's going on a 1-year loan to Conso Sapporo. I mean, that's going to start next season, so we won't have him next season, but I mean, he's a project player. Hopefully he increases in overall pretty quickly, and honestly, that might be the first of many loan spells. And unfortunately, at the end of the season, we did not get a chance to qualify for the playoffs. I mean, we were 7 points off, and honestly, looking at this team, I think we just need a little bit more time. I just think that for us to try to push for promotion this early would be a mistake, because I think we just go up and then go right back down. And honestly, that's quite depressing. I'd rather just not go up in the first place and then go up the next season and survive. So, you know, I mean, we have a very young team. I feel very confident that next season could be a very good season for us. I think trajectory-wise, we're going in the perfect direction. We're young, we're improving. And hopefully we get a little bit more money, could bring in some new players potentially, or just keep trying to do, sign these young free agents. But I like where the team is heading, and only being 7 points off, I don't feel like is a bad result. So in the league, Ure was also he won the Golden Boot. He finished with 27 goals in 45 games. And the 2 other guys from West Brom and Newcastle, they were the 2 teams that got promoted automatically. So obviously the offense is killing it. Shore up the defense a little bit, try to have some free agents, and might have some different results. And Barrow tied for second with the most assists with 9 and 45. So in the FA Cup, obviously we lost that game to Millwall 2-1. Again, I was not expecting that to go that way. I would have played it to keep going, but I mean, anything can happen. In the Carabao Cup, we got knocked out in the first round by Stoke City. I don't care about the Carabao Cup until we have a chance to win it. So looking at the team now, Boyce, Clark, Hutton, Ashworth appeared in the most games. They appeared in 53. Ure and Barrow appeared in 52. And then there's the rest of the players. Ure led the team with goals with 30. Barrow just behind him with 13. And Gotts with 11, which is creating an issue for us, because Barrow and Gotts also were top of the team in assists, as Barrow had 11, Gotts had 8, Ure had 5. So, I mean, we have all these talented players. We have all these young players coming in. I don't know what to do with Barrow and Gotts, because obviously they're still performing. But I really want to kind of shift Barrow to being that attacking mid role. He's very quick, he's very good at dribbling. So if he can quickly beat some players and just have runs coming from the wingers and the striker ahead of him, I think that's perfect. But at the same time, Gotts is a very good, very all-round attacking mid. So I am really trying to just figure out what do I do. And of course, as usual, Boyce Clark finished with 2 assists. So these are the players that will be departing the club. Allsop, like I said, will probably just be a 1 or 2 season experiment, and that is true. Keys, Webbs, McLaughlin, and Mooney will also be leaving. So, I mean, looking at this team, I think that back line just needs to improve overall-wise. I think going forward, I mean, we have 278 to 79, 77. I think the back six, really the defensive mids and the back line, are all young. They're all going to improve. I think we just need a little bit more time to improve. And obviously, the bench is pretty solid, but again, we just need more time to improve. And it's honestly a good feeling because we don't have to rush anything because I know eventually we will go up. It's just a matter of when. And whenever that happens, I'm okay with it. But obviously, I would like for it to happen as soon as possible. So yeah, guys, that is going to conclude this episode of the Barrow Road to Glory. I think it was pretty good, obviously, the results we got. So, next season, I mean, hopefully is a boring one because hopefully all we do is win. But, I mean, as you saw in our FA Cup game, you know nothing. We know nothing about what's going to happen next season. But I do know what should happen is that you should subscribe so you can stay up to date with this series and potential future series, I can tell you that. Next series will be a Borussia Dortmund 2 Road to Glory, just to give you guys a little bit of a teaser. That should be that'll come out when this series is over. I don't know when that's going to be. I'd say probably a week to 2 weeks, daily uploads. So yeah, stay tuned for that. I hope you guys have enjoyed, and it is J Beebs signing off. What's up, guys? It is J Beebs here, and welcome to another episode of the Barrow Road to Glory. Things are going really, really good for us. Last season, we were able to sign a very high majority of first-team players. I think half of our team is new, and the biggest plus side is they're all just about 23 years old. Things are going really, really good for us, and honestly, this might be the season that we take that big step. This might be the season that we go up. But obviously, there's still an entire season to play, so we can't think too early. But we're going to be starting off with the Youth Academy, as always. Have to keep it going, need the constant flow of new players. Going to Romania for half a year just to get some sort of players. The same goes for Moldova, and of course, Ukraine. So joining the first team from the Youth Academy will be Jamie Dominguez, Uruguayan right back. 66 overall, so he'll most likely just be the backup right back. 83 to 89 potential. I mean, we'll see what becomes of him. He's got 5-star skill moves. That could be something good. But, I mean, a right back, how much is he actually going to end up doing? So we'll see what comes of him. Vicente Gonzalez will be going on a 1-year loan move to Flores. Just not going to be playing at the club. Don't want to hurt potentials too much. Send him out on loan. And we are now playing our very first game of the season. We are hosting Coventry City at Holker Street. And this is the lineup. We are playing a 4-2-3-1. Boyce Clark is in goal, Flores and Vera center backs, Hutton and Schwab outside backs, Ashworth and Otero are the defensive mids, Balua and Andrews are the outside mids, Barrow was the attacking mid, and Ure is the man up top. Here are the highlights. So you obviously don't want to start the season with a stressful game. I would prefer, like last season, an 8-0 victory, but a 4-4 draw, a comeback win. I mean, we were down 4-1. We came back, we were able to win. Is a very promising sign. It shows that, when we need to turn it up, when we need to turn it on, we can do that. But I would prefer to just not be in that place. I mean, 4-1 down, that's not exactly comfortable. I would much rather be 4-1 up, but regardless, it's a good win, probably a good motivational win for the team, showing that even if we aren't down, even if we are in a horrible spot, we can always come back and win it, or at least tie it. So Alvaro Carvajal will be going on a 1-year loan to Sarmiento. And this was a decision I had mixed feelings about. So I have sold Robbie Gotts. He's going to, I believe that's Brazilian side, Atletico. So if you don't know, Robbie Gotts is one of the OG Barrow players. He's honestly one of the reasons why I chose to use this team, because he is a attacking mid with very good potential. I figured I could just build a team around him, which we kind of did that first season, and second, probably even third as well. He was a very key player for us. It was like, I think he was third in goals and second in assists last season. But obviously, Barrow has overtaken him at that attacking mid spot. He's no longer playing, so I have decided to sell him. He asked to be transferred after he didn't play at all. So, I mean, it was bound to happen. Bittersweet departure. And who knows, I might bring him back one day. So Jamie Dominguez, that right back we just promoted, is going on a 1-year loan move to Fenerbahce. I mean, he'll grow some thick skin playing in Turkey. Eduardo Carvalho will be going on a 1-year loan move to Atletico Tucumán. I mean, going down to South America, near his home country, that'll be good for him. Nador Nemeth has been sold to Ferrol Constanta, I believe that's in Romania, for $1.25 million. Pretty good bit of business. He definitely is not going to play at all this season, so get a good chunk of money for some dead weight. Diogo Duarte will be going on a 1-year loan move to MLS side Austin FC. He is a very good young striker for us, but he is not good enough. And obviously we have Ure as our starting striker, so there isn't really a spot for him currently in the team, but we're getting there. And he is getting there. Hopefully this loan move can boost his potential, not hinder it. Rafa Acosta has departed the club. He is going to Central Cordoba for just under $1 million. And in the month of November, I won Manager of the Month award. It's always nice to get, a nice award. Celebrate with the boys, because we did a good job. Alexander Manik will be going on a 2-year loan move to Ajax. So instead of Ajax getting rid of a good, young, talented player, they're going to bring in a good, young, talented player. Estonian attacking mid, I believe. It'll be good for him to get some good experience, especially at such a prestigious club as Ajax. Victor Kiss will be going on a 2-year loan move to Mexican side Tigres. I really want to keep Kiss around just so I can say the Kiss of Death. But honestly, he is a very good player, very good striker. Got a lot of pace, very good at finishing. But just like all these players we're loaning out, they just need time to develop. So we want Manager of the Month for a reason, because we are top of the league. We are currently first in the championship, and we are on pace to win the league with ease. And honestly, hopefully this means that we should do well in the Premier League once we get promoted. But I mean, things are going really good for us. And I mean, you have to add, I mean, this might be the season that we go into the Premier League. So yeah, next episode hopefully is a boring one again, because hopefully it's an easy win for us in the league. We just coast to victory. Hopefully it's not, thrilling where it comes down to the final day. And hopefully Barrow are in the Premier League next season. But I don't know. I do know. You don't know. So if you want to know what happens, make sure you subscribe. Or honestly, just watch the videos. You don't need to subscribe. Just watch them. Views honestly mean more than subscribers to me. Hope you guys have enjoyed. And it is J Beebs signing off. What's up, guys? It is J Beebs here, and welcome to another episode of the Barrow Road to Glory. If you remember from last episode, we're currently first in the table. We are currently on track to get promoted to the Premier League. So we are on track to have gone from down to EFL League 2 up to the Premier League. But obviously, the job's not done. We still have an entire half of a season to go. But as it stands right now, we will be in the Premier League next season. So this episode is going to be purely about going to the Premier League. And that obviously is not going to be helped by our starting center back being out for 3 months. Tore his hamstring, but thankfully we do have some backups. We do have some rotation. That's something I really focused on last season when I went and signed 8 different players. So, bad news, but not horrible news. Rolly Cool will be going on a 2-year loan move to Boca Juniors. Good left back. He's a good young left back, but obviously not good enough. So, Youth Academy have to keep it going. We're going to Greece for half a year, Albania for half a year, and to Croatia for half a year. So a little bit of a questionable move, but I have loaned out CD Jota to PSV. He's just no longer a starter. He's complaining about his playing time, rightfully so. He should be playing more, but I want to win games. I want to get promoted. So I'm sending him out on loan. And honestly, I think it might be an upgrade to go from a championship side to one of the top teams in the Netherlands. So in the Efl Cup, we did lose 2-1 to Southampton. But like I said, this episode is purely focused on the league, getting results, and going up. So James Woolley will be going on a 2-year loan move to, I believe it's Mexican side, I'm not sure, it's South American side, Aruca. Good experience for him. Dusan Tomic will be joining the first team, Croatian right mid, 66 overall, 74, 94 potential, very good dribbling, 5-star skill moves, 6'1". He is pretty much exactly what I want from an outside midfielder, but it's just the issue of will he amount to something, because that is ultimately the issue with every player on this team. Basim Smajli will be joining the first team, Albanian center mid, who I'm converting to an attacking mid, 65 overall, 73 and 94 potential, very good passer, very good all-around player. Really hope he becomes a good player for us. Emil Ardelenu will also be joining the first team, Romanian attacking mid. Probably will just end up being sold, but you never know. Catalin Rusu will also be joining the first team, again another attacking mid, this again from Romania. Again, don't know what's going to happen, but could be very good. Andre Dragomir will also be joining the first team, this attacking mid again, but he is from Moldova. Again, don't know what's going to happen, don't know what any of these players are going to amount to. And I now have quite the big game. Holker Street is hosting Barrow versus Norwich. And if I'm not mistaken, Norwich are second in the league, and we are first in the league. So this is a huge game. And when it comes to a huge game, you stick with your team. Kind of. So we're going to be playing a 4-2-3-1. Boyce Clark will be in goal. Flores and Vera are the center backs. Hutton and Schwab are the outside backs. Ashworth and Otero are the defensive mids. But Herrero is starting at left mid. Andrews, I think he's suspended. Or honestly, I might have just started Herrero for whatever reason, but he will be starting on the left, Balua on the right, Ballo is the attacking mid, Ure is the man up top. Here are the highlights. So it wasn't the result that we wanted, but that late goal at the end saved us from dropping points against a very good team. We'll settle for a draw. Obviously would have liked to have gotten a win, furthered our lead in the league. However, a draw isn't the end of the world. We still have a smallish cushion, but we have to win these games. And in that game, Ure suffered a broken elbow injury and he's going to be out for 2 months. Which is a really bad thing, because we don't really have a legit backup striker. So it's going to be interesting to see how do I manage my way around this. So joining the first team attacking mid is Branimir Horvat, Croatian attacking mid, 5-star weak foot, excellent passer, working on the dribbling, 5'6", again, could be something good. Vlad Ferraru will also be joining the first team, good Romanian goalkeeper. I think I'll keep him on as a backup, especially considering he has a 5-star weak foot. Lanis Kalias, the Greek goalkeeper, will also be joining the first team. We'll just add him to the backup goalkeeper rotation. Jens Cabin has been sold to Spurs, so we have sold our first player to a Premier League side for just under $2.5 million. So quite interesting that Spurs are wanting to sign a player that I don't even want to keep. Maybe they have plans for him, I don't know, but I do not have any desire to keep him or any plans to use him. Ethan Bradshaw will be joining Real Sociedad B, who I can confirm I am working on a Road to Glory for. It will be after the next Road to Glory after this one, most likely. He's left for just over $4 million. Kellen Rusu will be joining CFR Cluj for a one-year loan move once next season begins. Pavla Vinsky, Croatian striker, 5'10", will be joining the first team. I honestly don't like him at striker, but with the issues that we have, I might just play him there. Phaeton Hyacinbalu will also be joining the first team, but based on that last name and the fact his potential isn't the greatest, I will most likely sell him. Same goes for this Greek keeper, Isakos Xenikis. I don't know if I said that right. I definitely didn't say that right. But I will be promoting him to the first team, and honestly might actually keep this guy because he's 6'5" with a will be 5-star weak foot, 86 to 94 potential. So I might keep him. Ionut Vlender Mariscrew will also be joining the first team, but 87 to 93 potential right back. Might keep him. I have to see what happens. So I wanted to play the final day of the league because obviously it was only a 1 point difference between. It was a 1 point difference between the teams. No, it was a 2 point difference between the teams. But Norwich drew their game because they had an earlier kickoff. So they drew their game. So I couldn't play the final game. You know, it's gonna be this big event. You know, we have to win this game to go up. You know, if we draw, we gotta hope Norwich don't just storm ahead and score 10 goals in a game. You know, it's gonna be a big dramatic final day. And then I went to play, and then I went to my pre-match press conference, and they told me I won the league. So a little bit disappointing, but not the end. I mean, we still got promoted. Don't get me wrong. I'm still very happy, but it could have been a nice little dramatic ending. In the league, Barrow ended up finishing second in the top goal scorer list, and Ure finished fourth. Balua and Barrow tied for in the assist race with second, respectively, with 11. In the FA Cup, we did get knocked out in the fourth round by Southampton. Carabao Cup, we made it to the second round before we got knocked out by Sheffield United on penalties, but I don't care about this competition, so I don't care. So looking at the team, Boyce, Clark, Hutton, Ashworth, Otero, and Barrow appeared in, I think, every single game. Schwab, Andrews appeared in all but one, and Balua and Ure appeared in all but two. Barrow led the team in goals with 30. Ure led the team in goals with 28, but with his injury, he could have potentially scored more. Andrews had 15. Barrow led the team in assists with 12. Balua was just behind him with 11, and Andrews behind him with 10. So these are the long list of players I'm getting rid of. Baloo, Cabin, Greenwood, Rutar, Kask, Rokas, Mpalu, and Talbot. They just don't really have spots in the first team anymore. I have younger players that are just about the same caliber and have higher potential, so that is why I'm getting rid of all these guys. So yeah, looking at the team, we're going to the Premier League. Defense looks a little bit shaky, but I mean, if we're scoring 3-4 goals a game, I don't think it'll end up mattering. But yeah, guys, that is going to conclude this episode of the Barrow Road to Glory. Pretty good episode, but obviously, who could care? I mean, honestly, I could care less about this episode. I just want to be in the Premier League. I just want to see how we do, how things work, what the board gives us. If the board gives us a good amount of money, we can maybe bring in some new players. But if they don't, it's going to be tough for the team. But regardless, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode, and I hope you guys enjoy future episodes. Check them out. And also, watch the previous episodes. I mean, this is episode 10, so obviously 9 episodes before this. Go ahead, check it out. Hope you guys enjoy those. I'm done rambling. Hope you guys did enjoy for like the 4th time. I know. It is J Beebs signing off. What's up, guys? It is JBeebs here, and welcome to another episode of the Barrow Road to Glory. Big episode today because the board has given us a lot of money. We have just under 75 million to spend, and that's even before preseason tournament and selling players. So we got a big budget, and I thoroughly plan to use it. But of course, you guys know me. I always want to have the youth academy going, keep things moving. First scout was going to Mexico for half a year to get some technically gifted players. Other scout was going to the United States for half a year to get some physically strong players. And the third scout is going to Canada to also get some strong players. I have decided to loan out Branimir Hovrat. He's going on a one-year loan move to Austrian side Wolfsberger AC. Again, at this point, any of these guys that we're loaning out, I'm just looking to get out and see what they look like when they come back. And with some of the money I was able to get, and with me just checking the free agents list, I was able to sign this man, Colombian right back David Alvarez. 83 overall, we were able to get him for free, just $55,000 wage. And he also is an exciting prospect, so he is going to be our right back for the rest of this journey, hopefully. Another man that was a free agent was Daniel Maldini. Maldini, quite the storied name in Italy. I don't know why he was a free agent. He was a free agent all of last season, but I didn't want to bring him in. But now I have decided to bring him in, and I think it's a pretty good signing. Hopefully he becomes a fan favorite, be a nice player off the bench. He's still young, still improving, so we'll have to wait and see how that works. But with our money, I bought the 6'6" German center back from Real Madrid, Milo Meyer. Just over 57 million. He's 81 overall. He's showing great potential, so he should be a very good player, and with dynamic potential should just continue to increase. With that size, speed, and strength, I think he might be the missing link in our back line. I have loaned out Emil Ardenlanu. He is going to SP Charleroi. CD Jota will be going on a 2-year loan move to AFC Bournemouth. Now, I made this decision because with the constant input of young players from our youth academy, Jota is not progressing as quickly. He's not a starter anymore, and he honestly just isn't living up to expectations. I want to keep him around because I brought him in season 1. I want to keep him, so I'm sending him on a loan move to Bournemouth. He should get some good playing time. They're also in the Premier League, so hopefully he can still keep participating at a high level. But we now have our first game of the season as we are traveling to the Turf Moor to face Burnley. And this is the starting lineup. We got Boyce, Clark in goal. We got Vera and Meyer are the center backs. Schwab and Alvarez are the outside backs. Otero, Ashworth defensive mids. Andrews, Baloa on the wings. Barrow is the attacking mid, and Ure is the striker. And here are the highlights from our first game. Exactly what you want to see out of this team, a 3-0 victory to open up the season. Exactly what you want. What can you really ask for as a manager than a 3-0 victory on your debut? In the Premier League, by the way. This is our first game in the Premier League, and we won 3-0. But it came at a cost. Ure has torn his ACL. He's going to be out for the next 7 months. And that is a huge issue because, I'm going to be honest, our offense is really just get the ball to Barrow, have him beat a man on the dribble, and then play it through to Ure. And with him being injured, there's not much that we can do. Daniel Maldini is going to be going on a 2-year loan move to Sporting in Portugal, just because he's not going to play. And I also want to see if he improves, because I think his potential is 78 or 79. So I want to see if we send him out on loan, will he come back at that potential. Andre Dragomir is going on a 1-year loan move to, I believe, Swiss side FC Lugano. Linus Kallis has been sold to Turkish side Alanspor for $1.5 million. And we got another big game in the league. we are facing off against Coventry City. They are bottom of the league, so this should be a win. And the lineup to do that is a little bit different, because now, obviously, we lost our starting striker, so we're having to cope a little bit. And we're switching up things, going with a 4-3-3 false 9. So the back line is the same, except now Ashworth is the lone defensive mid. We have Otero and Herrero as the 2 center mids. We got Barrow center forward, and then Andrews and Tavares as the wingers. Can't play with a real striker because I think our next best backup is a 67 overall. Obviously, that's not Premier League caliber, so we're gonna have to do with this team. Here are the highlights. So again, like I said, Coventry City are bottom of the league. However, this is a very promising sign. 6-1 victory. Everyone was flying off the charts. Everyone played well. Barrow was perfect and amazing at that center forward position. So this could be a sign of things to come. So signing a free agent because I had to get a board objective, I signed Fran Acuna, Mexican left back. He will never play at this club. I've also signed Juan de Dios Aguayo. And joining the team from the youth academy is Ivan Boyko, Ukrainian defensive mid, 88 to 94 potential, high work rate, 5-star weak foot. I mean, pretty much exactly what you want from him. I don't think he'll ever make the starting lineup, but maybe in a couple seasons he could be good off the bench. So in the Premier League, we are currently sitting in 7th. So things have gone very good for us. We are one season in the Premier League, and we are already in 7th at the halfway point. But again, this is the halfway point. There's still a half a season to go. Things can change. But as of now, it looks promising. So yeah, next episode, we're going to finish out our first season in the Premier League. Maybe even finish in a European spot. You know, we might go. Now again, I don't know if it's going to be Champions League, Europa League, or the Conference League. I don't know what it's going to be, but hopefully we're at least in a European competition next season. I don't know which one it is. I think we have the best chance of winning the Conference League. Obviously, Europa League maybe interest us. Probably don't want to be in the Champions League quite yet. But who knows what's going to happen. I don't know. You don't know. But what I do know is that if you want to keep watching these videos, you should hit that subscribe button, because it means a lot. That way you can see all my videos nice and easily, and you can see anytime I post a new one. They come out daily, so you don't want to miss any new uploads. Hope you guys did enjoy this video, and it is J Beebs signing off. What's up, guys? It is J Beebs here, and welcome to another episode of the Barrow Road to Glory. In today's episode, there's one simple goal. Qualify for a European competition. Champions League, Europa League, Conference League, I don't care. I just want to be participating in Europe next season. That is our only goal. At the halfway point, we would have qualified. So if we can stay where we are on the table, we'll be in Europe next season. So you guys know me. I love Youth Academy. We're starting off Republic of Ireland half a year, Northern Ireland for half a year. And we have an interesting little message for you. Adriel Baloa, contract is over. It's expiring this season, and I have decided to let him go. If you guys watched the last episode, you'll know that he's no longer a first team start caliber player. He's no longer starting. I got younger players I would much rather start over him. So he has left. I am upset that he did go to another Premier League side in Everton, but hopefully it does not make a difference. And Francisco Flores is also departing the club. He was a center back that we brought in recently, just because free agent, we needed to help the rotation. but he is going to Portuguese side SC Braga. Diogo Duarte will be going on a 2-year loan move to Godoy Cruz, which I believe is in Mexico. If not Mexico, I think it's Ecuador or Colombia. But either way, he's going to South America, his home continent. I really like the prospect of him. It's just that I just gotta keep loaning him out so he can grow. So when he comes back, hopefully he can mean something. So in the FA Cup, we lost on pens to Leeds United. I mean, it was a pretty horrible penalty shootout, so I don't really blame anyone. I mean, you look at that. I mean, I just don't understand. Alvaro Carvajal has been sold. He's going to Borussia Mönchengladbach. Will not be missed, honestly. I'll take the nice $2 million. So, my favorite club is Manchester United. I am recording this the day after they just got slapped up by Liverpool 5-0, so it makes me a little bit salty. But we are traveling to Old Trafford, hopefully to replicate that result. And this is the team to hopefully do it. Boyce Clark is in goal. Vera and Meyer are the center backs. Schwab and Alvarez are the outside backs. Ashworth is the defensive mid. Otero and Herrero in the center. Andrews and Tavares are on the wings. And the main man himself, Barrow, is the center forward. And here are the highlights. So it wasn't quite 5-0, but we still went into Old Trafford and dominated. And I just gotta say, Barrow is slowly becoming, I mean, he is by far, I think, the most informed player. I don't know if he's the best player, but he is absolutely phenomenal. He is delivering results. He is getting goals. And honestly, I'm just really glad he's performing as well as he is. But we did get some bad news from that game. Logan Andrews, the left winger, tore his ACL. He's going to be out for 7 months, so he will miss the rest of this season and probably the start of next season. Very bad injury, very unfortunate. He is a starter for us, so it's going to be tough to rebound and find a replacement. Nick Jones will be joining the first team. American left back, 65 overall. Pretty decent potential, but he's got a long way to go to play. Same goes for Seth Adams. I mean, very good, young, promising outside back. Season 2 or Season 3 we got him, I would love him. But at this point and where we are, it's tough for any of these youth players to make an impact. So I'm going back through, and while I'm recording, I just realized I forgot to show it, but we're about to play our game against Leicester City. It's pretty much the same lineup as always. I don't know who's starting in place for Andrews. I can't remember. But I did forget, so I apologize. But here are the highlights from that game. So yeah, we have won the game 4-3. Very good victory. Too close, honestly. I would have liked a much easier victory. But honestly, sometimes you need a good 7-goal thriller to kind of get the fans back into it and personally just get myself back into it. So in the Premier League, we ended up finishing in 7th. That last game helped us over the bump, over the hump. And if I'm not mistaken, I think we are in the Conference League next season. So the goal of going for Europe has been achieved, I believe. Barrow ended up finishing as the top goal scorer in the Premier League by a long distance. I mean, look at 10 goals. He had 28 goals. Second place was 18. Very promising sign, and honestly, if Barrow can continue this form, I think that we could win the Champions League next season. Not realistically, but, hypothetically. So in the FA Cup, we did get knocked out by Leeds in that replay on pens. It doesn't matter. Carabao Cup, we got knocked out in the second round by Norwich 4-1. And looking at the team, Boyce, Clark, Vera, Schwab, and Otero appeared in every single game. Herrero in 46, Ashworth in 45. Barrow led the team with goals with 28. Andrews just way behind him with 12. Herrero had 11. Assists, Herrero had 9, Barrow had 7, and Alvarez from right back had 5, along with Schwab and Ashworth. So it's nice to see that the outside backs are getting some production in. And Boyce Clark also finished with an assist. And we got a lot of players leaving the club. Uribe, Cano, Calvaro, Flores, Baloa, Houghton, and Carvajal will all be departing the club once the season ends. You know, I mean, they will be missed. They did their service, but honestly, at the end of the day, will not be missed. So yeah, I mean, looking at the team, I don't really think we need any immediate improvements. I think we just need a little bit of time, because I mean, all of our players are young, have pretty high potential. So hopefully with a little bit more time, a little bit more chance for the team to improve, we can really challenge for something next season. But that is the end of this episode. I mean, it was relatively short just because there wasn't much happening off the field. On the field, obviously there wasn't much as well, but there should be more stuff next episode because we will be in the Conference League. My first time playing in the Conference League on FIFA 22. First time ever because, you know, it's brand new. So that'll be fun. And hope to see you guys then. Make sure to subscribe. And it is J Beebs signing off. What's up, guys? It is J Beebs here, and welcome to another episode of the Barrow Road to Glory. Last season, we were able to finish decently high in the Premier League table, enough to get us into Europe, and this season we will be competing in the Conference League. Should be a pretty fun journey. This is my first time ever being in the Conference League, because it is brand new, so it'll be interesting just kind of see how things work, see what the graphics are like, and honestly, I don't even know what the trophy looks like, so hopefully one day we get to add that to our cabinet. But other than that, we gotta get into things. And while obviously there is the Conference League to deal with, we are still competing in the Premier League because we still want to be finishing high, getting into Champions League places. And we're starting off this season, and we are playing a game against Spurs at their home stadium. Here are the lineups and the highlights.
For the visitors today.
Well, it's a 4-3-3 formation, but they play with a false number 9, who just drops that little bit deeper, and that allows the wide players to make diagonal runs through the middle. Also, watch out for the fullbacks getting forward at every opportunity.
Promising possession, this. Must be! And moving forward effectively. Opportunity! Oh, he's really opened them up here. Can he put it away? And there is... Oh, what an opportunity. There it is. Well, they must exercise caution standing off as they are. He's gone and found the net. Brilliant piece of finishing. Magnificent goal. Untidy in possession from Spurs.
So we are pretty much picking up exactly where we left off last year. 4-2 victory. Things are going good. And honestly, it's just nice to see that, you know, last season wasn't a fluke. We're going to continue building on last season. So I've decided to sell Phaeton Hyacinth Blue. He's going to French side Stade de Rome for 1.4 million. Lep will be going on a 1-year loan move to Italian side Empoli. He's kind of frustrating because he's just below the threshold of potentially starting for us, but he wants to be starting. I think his squad role is important. He won't accept anything lower, so I am just loaning him out, seeing and hoping he progresses well enough somewhere else. Jamie Dominguez has also been sold. He's going to, I believe that's Argentinian side Independiente. He's going for just under $2.75 million. And of course, Youth Academy. Got to keep pumping out these players. We're going to England for the rest of the season, going to Scotland, and finally going to Wales. So like I said, we are in the Conference League this season, and we are in Group G. We have Portuguese side Victoria, Norwegian side Rosenborg, and Swedish side Hammaraby. I don't know. I just know Harambe. That's what I'm seeing. So looking at the other teams, I do think we have a very good chance. I think that Rosenborg might be the toughest competition for us, and we should easily steamroll them. But we got to play our very first game, and we are hosting Victoria SC at the newly renovated Holker Street. And of course, we are going with our 4-3-3 false 9. Boyce Clark is in goal. Meyer and Vera are the center backs. Alvarez, Schwab are the outside backs. Ashworth defensive mid. Herrero, Otero center mids. Follows the center forward. Tavares is on the right wing. And I didn't have a chance to explain this, but Ure is having to play in the left wing because Andrews is still out injured, and Ure is the only player that I potentially could even fathom being a replacement for him. Here are the highlights.
They jump, constantly thwarted. They could nudge in front. Really good attacking play. And a goal! This attack looks highly promising.
So I got a little nervous at the beginning. They did score first, but then we went on to score 4 unanswered goals. I mean, we had 20 shots, they had 5. Expected goals was almost 6 goals higher. So, a little bit of a freak out at the beginning, but then kind of calmed down, got things under control, and we just took over from there. And a beautiful way to start our very first big European game. Vladimir Sku has been sold. He is also going to French side Stade de Reims. Horvat has been sold to Belgian side Zoet Waregem. He's going for 3.35 million. Never really was going to work out, and honestly, that's a pretty good sum of money there. That is easily a brand new contract for one of our star players. Ardelanu has also been sold. He's going to OH Leuven. I could not tell you where that club is from. Juan de Dios Aguayo has been sold. He's going to Luton Town for a little over $1 million. And honestly, this is what I was kind of expecting at this point in this career mode. We're just, kind of repopulating the English tier system. I figured that we would just be selling players to championship side teams, League 1, League 2, but I mean, we've been getting transfer offers and loan offers from clubs all over the world, which I think is pretty good of FIFA for actually implementing that, because there are some times where you have players going from like a Premier League team, they're going on loan to Ukraine. So, good job, FIFA. We got another big game. Like I said, I think Rosenborg are the best team in the group. This is our first game against them. I hope that we can just easily beat them. Starting lineup is the same as it has been, except for the fact that Andrews has returned from injury, and he is starting again at that left wing spot. Here are the highlights.
Oh, and a perfect ball now. How about this? And a goal! Can they extend their lead? And confidently can... And he's broken free. And the keeper, no...
Good win by us. Honestly, things got a little bit shaky at the end, as you can see. You can make the argument they could have won, they should have won. However, I mean, I just think with our quality and our talent, we definitely deserve to win. I mean, they had more shots, more expected goals, but really play more of a counter-attacking style with this team, so those are to be expected. And what really matters is that we convert our chances. In the EFL Cup, we did get knocked out by Everton 3-0. Like I said, and I've been saying this entire series, I don't care about the EFL Cup until we have a chance to legitimately win it. So we have a little bit of bad news at the end of this first half of the season. Herrero has sprained a knee. He's going to be out for 4 weeks. This could have been a lot worse. Thankfully, it is only 4 weeks, so he'll be pretty much out for the rest of January. And I don't think we have any big games in January. I think it's after that, so hopefully we don't slip in the league. But everything should be okay. Joining the first team from the Youth Academy will be Mike Malloy. Irish goalkeeper, 86 to 94 potential, 63 overall. He has a good potential. I'm probably going to loan him out as much as possible. He's never going to start for the club, okay? Clark is the starting goalkeeper. No one will ever replace him. But a good solid backup is something that I would not hate to have. Ethan Cullen will also be joining the first team, again from Ireland, 84 to 94 potential, 61 overall center mid, 5-star, 5-star. Good bit of pace on him, good dribbling, increasing development plan to make that passing go up. Again, I like the prospect of him. If I had gotten him season 1, season 2, maybe even season 3, I would definitely incorporate him into my future plans. However, at this stage, I don't think any of these players will be starting, but you never know what can happen with injuries. We do need some good backups. Mike Malloy will be going on a 2-year loan move to Reading. As I said, want to get him out on loan, so I will be sending him on loan. Rusu has been sold. He is going to Polish side Rakow for just under $2 million. And I actually messed up. Herrero was injured towards the end of October. Now he's injured towards the end of December. He's going to be out for 3 months with a broken toe. So this could be an issue. If he keeps getting hurt, if he becomes injury prone, that could hinder my plans. However, I don't think it's going to be the end of the world. Like I said, with this youth academy, I keep doing youth academy at this point in the journey specifically for this reason. Players get hurt. That is a fact. I do not do good with managing squad rotation. I have a starting 11 and I have horrible young backups that are very young and have high potential. If they play, and that's fantastic. But don't really rotate the squad that much. That's something I'm trying to work on as we get higher and just kind of get better and as I improve as a FIFA player, but I don't really do that well. So this is why I need all these youth academy players, because when one of our starting center mids is out for 3 months, we need to have a backup, and I don't really have a backup. So if I get one of these youth players that is really good at one thing, I can easily just plug them in and that'll work. But this is a huge issue because we do need Herrero to stay healthy. Ethan Cullen will be going on a 2-year loan move to Aruka. Like I said, whenever I promoted him, not going to need to send him out on loan, most likely, for him to truly develop. So in the Premier League, we are currently in 13th. We are only 4 points above the relegation zone, but Chelsea are also bottom of the table right now. So this shows you that this season there's no normalcy in this. I mean, last season we finished in 7th. Now we're down in 13th. I think Chelsea are in the Champions League. Now they're down in 20th. So I hope things are going to change, but you don't know if things are going to change. And in the Conference League, we won our group with 13 points. Easy win for us, and we will be advancing. So yeah, I mean, pretty good episode, I think. I think that we kind of did a good job building the foundations for what is going to be of this club. Hopefully the Conference League is quite entertaining next episode. I hope you guys did enjoy this one. Make sure to stay around so you can check out some other videos. And it is J Beebs signing off. What's up, guys? It is J Beebs here, and welcome to another episode of the Barrow Road to Glory. Things have been kicking off recently. Not in the league, we're not going to talk about that. We're talking about the Conference League. We have advanced to the knockout rounds of the Conference League. We finished first in our group. We don't have to go through the preliminary rounds. And honestly, as you can tell from the title, things go pretty good for us. So, again, I still have an entire club to run. We can't just focus on the Conference League. Victor Kiss is going in a short loan move to Lannis. I really want him to be if not a starter, a sub for us, but with the current players we have, he just won't have that chance. Send him out on loan, and he will most likely be a good quality backup next season. And look who I have brought in. Didn't buy any players in the first half because just didn't know exactly what I wanted. But now that we're playing, having played, I want a striker, and I got that in the current Leeds United player, Joe Gelhardt. I know he came up, he played at Wigan for a little bit, and now he's at Leeds. Bought him from German side Blaufield. but now he is ours for just under $50 million, 82 overall. I mean, he's 25 years old, and with the team we have built around him, he should fit right in. And in order to make room for him, and with the way the lineup is working out, I've decided to loan out Alex Tavares for 2 years. He's going to Real Betis. So he should be getting a bunch of playing time. He should be doing things very well. And hopefully this does not hurt his potential. And hopefully when he comes back, he is a world-class player. So I did win Manager of the Month in January, which shows you in the league things are improving. And I don't want to say it specifically with the acquisition of Gelhardt, but it is. So in the round of 16, we've been drawn against Norwegian side Bodo Glimt, who just beat Spurs, I believe, 6-1 in the Conference League. So let's try not to be Spurs, but then again, that is the goal for just about every single team in the world. In the first leg, we drew 1-1. In the FA Cup, we did get knocked out 3-1 by Leeds. And in the second leg, we ended up winning 2-1. Easy win for us. I simmed this because the first leg we were tired. I think we had a game on a Sunday. We had to play on a Wednesday. Thanks to the FA Cup, we had the weekend off, came in, steamrolled him. So Fran Acuna will be leaving the club at the end of the season. He is going to fellow English side Reading for just over $1.5 million. Joining the first team from the Youth Academy is Marcus Robinson, the Canadian defensive mid. He's just a good athlete, still working on, the technical side of things, but I mean, sometimes all you need is a fast, strong player to use. Jack Barber will be joining the first team. 88 to 94 potential at 63 overall. English attacking mid, very pacey, good at shooting, good at dribbling. Development plan to increase his passing. He could be a very good understudy for Barrow at that attacking mid position. Wayne Evans is also joining the first team. American left back. Nothing too special about him, but decent overall. Cian Joan is also joining the first team. Attacking mid, who's got a pretty decent build and good passer, good dribbler naturally, but I just don't think he has high enough potential to make an impact. Ian Grant is also joining the first team, 63 overall, Scottish goalkeeper, just trying to add some depth. Finley Thomas is also joining the first team. I mean, he's going to be sold pretty much as soon as he joins. Adam Galvin will also be joining the first team. I mean, he's only 5'7" at the defensive mid position. I'm kind of thinking he might evolve into like a Conte type of player, but he has a long road to go. Connor Scone will also be joining the first team. Welsh striker, 84 to 90 potential. I'm just going to loan him out. We'll deal with him later. So we have made it to the quarterfinals of the Conference League. We are facing FC Lugano. Obviously, first leg, 4-1 victory. I will not be playing the second leg. Did not need to because we were able to win 3-2, advancing on aggregate 7-3. And in the semifinals, we've been drawn against FC Porto. In the first leg, we won the game 2-1, and we also won the game 2-1 in the second leg, meaning that we will be advancing to the Conference League final. And we will be facing off against German side Frankfurt. Honestly, I think this should be a winnable game for us. And we're hopping right into it against Eintracht Frankfurt Stadium Olympic. I think we should win this game, especially with the way that we have been playing. And honestly, looking at the journey, you can argue we definitely had the easier journey. I mean, we faced a Norwegian side that isn't that good. I think Lugano is Austrian, I might be mistaken. They're not very good. And then we had a tough game against Porto, but they had to face Liège from Belgium, Anderlecht from Belgium, and Villarreal from Spain. So we definitely had the easier journey. Could result in a little bit of false confidence. However, I still think we stand a pretty good chance. Frankfurt are playing a 4-2-3-1. I mean, I don't know a single player on this team. I don't think I should. I think that we have a very good chance. And here is the lineup for the Conference League final, our very first European final. Boyce Clark is in goal. Meyer and Vera are the center backs. Alvarez and Schwab outside backs. Otero and Ashworth are the two defensive mids. Andrews and Herrera are on the wings. Barrow is the attacking mid, and Gelhard is the striker. And here are the highlights from what could be our very first European trophy.
Cross comes in, not messing around with that clearance. Otero in possession. Well, he's featured on the back pages of quite a few newspapers in recent days, and the reports have been confirmed. He has decided to...
Oh, he's through on goal here, Derek.
The opening goal in the final, and how important could that be as a... Struggling to keep the ball. Really get at the opposition. Will he finish? And there it is! A through goal! Konaya. That's how to rob them of possession. This might be the perfect counter-attacking opportunity. Oh, in with a chance! A goal! And it seems they're truly cruising. Fabricio Bustos, untidy in possession. Well, let's see what they have in store for them on the break. Will they profit from this situation? And the danger's still on. What a lovely strike! Lethal piece of finishing, drilled home with true conviction. Strongly into the challenge, and the result is a throw-in. Can he take advantage? Oh, there it is! It's one goal after another, and now can they counter clinically? Well, they seem to be onto something positive, but it faded away. Chukwueze. There's a slide rule pass. Oh, he's blocked it. Oh, a moment of...
What they're looking to do, force the turnover and then break at pace. So close to a very good goal.
Going well. Opportunity. Oh, celebrating, and the other distraught. Memories are being made. Now for the trophy lift itself. The cup winners.
Well, you can just see...
Barrow, Conference League champions. Now, yes, I do use end-to-end camera angle. Sue me, I really like it. But aside from that, I mean, a dominant win. Dominant win. I mean, I don't even think they should have been in the final. I think it would have been a better game if we faced Villarreal. But you don't complain when you have a chance to smack up your opponents in a European final. Definitely had some bad moments in the game, but the good moments definitely outshined them. We have our first European trophy, and I believe this means we will be in the Europa League no matter what happens in the Premier League. So again, good prospect. So Hutton will be departing the club. He's been at the club since day one, but with the signing of Alvarez and how good he's been playing, Hutton has yet to see the field. I decided, you know what, if he wants to join another club, I'll let him. If he doesn't, by towards the end of June, I will re-sign him. But he is going to France to join Stade Bradshaw 29. He will be missed. It always hurts to lose one of these players, but that is the circle of life, the circle of business, the circle of road to glories. There's these players that just aren't good enough that I love, don't want to let them go, but gotta make way for better, younger players. So in the Premier League, we did only finish in 8th, so we would not be in any sort of European competition if we did not win the Conference League. Gonna be honest, I was fully banking on that to be in Europe next season because we had a horrible start to the league. Things just weren't doing well, but we won the Conference League, and we will be participating in the Europa League next season. In the 6th round of the FA Cup, we got knocked out. I was actually going to play the semifinals and final, but we did lose to Leeds United 3-1. In the Carabao Cup, we did get knocked out by Everton 3-0. And obviously, the most important thing, we won the Conference League. I actually think the trophy doesn't look that bad. I think the graphics looked pretty cool. I actually think it's a very good idea by UEFA giving a chance for some of these smaller teams to finally get a chance. And honestly, it makes Road to Glory a bit more interesting because now I have a chance to win 3 European trophies instead of just the 2. Boyce Clark led the team in assists appearances along with Alvarez and Vera and Ashworth. Barrow was the top goal scorer with 26 goals. Andrews had 15, and I mean, pretty impressive that Gelhardt had 7 and 24. So if he plays double the playing time, ideally he gets 14. Barrow, of course, also led the team in assists with 12. Otero had 9, and shocker, yet again, Boyce Clark finished with multiple assists as he got 2. But the players that will be departing the club, Hutton, like I said, he's leaving the club because of transfer. Dragomir and I couldn't pronounce his name, so I didn't renew his contract. But the man who I brought in, who pretty much carried this team, kind of got the forward momentum going for us in Uruguay, will be retiring at the end of the season. He is retiring. He will not be missed. He was very crucial for us heading forward, making that big jump from little club to medium club. Really helped us throughout League One and the Championship, and honestly in the small amount of appearances he played very good for us this season and in the Premier League. He will definitely be missed. Club legend. If we had a Ring of Honor, I would put him in there. So looking at the team, I don't think there's much improvement to be made. Maybe at the outside mid department, I think that back line is pretty solid. The spine of the team is very, very solid. Again, might just bring in a new left mid or right mid next season. We've got pretty decent amount of depth, but we'll have to see how things go. But guys, that is going to conclude this episode of the Barrow Road to Glory. Next episode will be our first time in the Europa League on FIFA 22. We'll be in the Europa League. Big clubs are in there, so things are getting pretty serious, and the way things are going, we should be wrapping this thing up in 3 or 4 seasons. Things are just kind of going our way. I don't know what's going to happen, but I do know that I've been really enjoying this series. Really glad you guys have been as well. And make sure you guys check out the next video that comes out tomorrow, and it is J Beebs signing off. What's up, guys? It is J Beebs here, and welcome to another episode of the Barrow Road to Glory. Last episode was a pretty big one. We've participated in the Conference League. We made it to the final. I'm not going to tell you the result of that, but what I will tell you is no matter that result, we are participating in the Europa League this season, continuing the European dream, and I honestly think we stand a pretty good chance. So, starting things off, Tomic will be going on a 1-year loan move to Crystal Palace. And I loaned him out because I'm bringing in some reinforcements. Mateo Herrero is one of them from the free agents, 19-year-old German attacking mid. Carlo Braun is also another German attacking mid. And finally, a Belgian center mid. And just like that, we are now kicking off the Premier League season. We are hosting Southampton at Holker Street. Here is the lineup for the teams and the highlights from the game.
On paper, they look a very balanced team, but the 3 advanced midfielders must at times make runs beyond the centre forward. Otherwise, they might just lack a bit of penetration.
This. He's in behind, and there it is.
And look out, Derek, chance here.
And they've done it.
So this could be a cause for concern. A 1-1 draw to open the season against not one of the better teams, a still solid team, but not one of the better teams. You can argue we should have been more clinical. I think we definitely should have. A lot of chances that we missed. However, it is only the first game of the season. Don't want to underreact, don't want to overreact. Keep it moving. How you doing? So, Daniel Maldini will also be joining Tomic on a 1-year loan move to Crystal Palace. Manek, however, will not be going to Crystal Palace on a 1-year loan move. Instead, he's going to Spanish side Espanyol. Mateo Herrero will be going on a 2-year loan move to Napoli. I did this because he no longer starts for the club. Like I said, we brought in those free agents, so Herrero no longer has a starting spot. He is going to Napoli for 2 years, and who knows what it'll look like when he comes back. Omar Al Nasser has been sold. He is going to... I can picture the crest. I can't remember where they're from. For just $250,000. Youth Academy for the rest of the year, going to England. Portugal, get a little bit of Portuguese flair. Hope to find the next Ronaldo. And Spain. So like I said, we're in the Europa League this season, and I think we might have gotten the group of death. I mean, we got Vitesse, Galatasaray, and Warsaw. Very, very good teams. I think this legitimately is the group of death. But hopefully we can come out on top. And we get a good taste of things because we are starting our Europa League journey against Vitesse, one of the better Dutch sides. So we are playing a 4-2-3-1. Boyce Clark is in goal. Meyer and Vera are the center backs. Alvarez and Schwab are the outside backs. Ashworth and Otero defensive mids. Schaefer and Somers outside mids. Balo's the attacking mid. Gelhardt's up top. Here are the highlights.
Can they stop it going in? Well, it could be on for him here. And it's there for him. And he's got the right idea with that pass. Oh, a moment!
Okay, there's no need to freak out about the group of death. We crushed them. I mean, they had 0.8 expected goals. We absolutely dominated them. 3-0 win. Should send a message to everyone that we are serious this year. Logan Andrews, the player who we brought in as a free agent and has been replaced by another free agent, he is going to be going on a short loan move to Bayern Munich. That will go into effect in January. That will be for the rest of the season. I mean, Bayern Munich wanted to buy him, or wanted a loan to buy. I said no way. But I mean, we're loaning out players to Bayern Munich. That is how good we are at this point. But we got some bad news. At the beginning of October, Gelhardt has broken his elbow. He's going to be out for 7 weeks. This could be an issue because we still have Europa League games to play, and he's out for the rest of this episode. Vicente Gonzalez will be joining Cuiba for $1.75 million. Jack Barber will be going on a 2-year loan move to KB Mechelen. Should get some good European experience going and playing for them. Ian Grant will be going on a short loan move to Belgian side Zulte Waregem. So in the Premier League, we are currently in 11th, which is pretty concerning. However, remember first game of the season we lost to Southampton. They're 1 point above us in 10th, so not that big of a deal. Plus, 5th place is only 5 points away. So it's a very, very close race for the. I think the league leaders, are Man City. I think they're only on 41 points. So it's a very close Premier League at this point. Hopefully we have a chance to pick things up, turn things around, and again, go for the Champions League. In the Europa League, didn't bother playing the rest of the games because it was very easy for us. 5 wins, had 1 loss, and we're going to be advancing. So yeah, that is going to conclude this episode of the Barrow Road to Glory. I mean, it was a shorter one, just because didn't need to play the other Europa League games, as you saw. Easily cruised through them. And honestly, I just cannot wait to get into the knockout stages, see how we play. But that will be the next episode, actually. So tomorrow, around the same time that this came out, that episode will come out. Hope you guys have enjoyed, and it is J Beebs signing off. What's up, guys? It is J Beebs here, and welcome to another episode of the Barrow Road to Glory. Last episode, we started our Europa League journey, and we will be continuing it in this episode. We made it out of the group stages. Premier League is getting a little bit tense, so might even get some of that action in here. But today's main emphasis is the Europa League. But the Europa League is a small portion of the entire season. And joining the first team from the Youth Academy is this man, Jamie Jacobs. Now, obviously, there's the fact that he has high potential and pretty decent overall. But he has the bicycle trait. and he's also a solid player. So I mean, if we can get this guy to be pretty good, and for him to just be whipping out bicycle kicks out of nowhere, would absolutely love that. And honestly, that's the first time I've ever seen this on a youth academy player. So, if you guys remember, a player that I bought a long time ago, Andrew Vera. He's been at the club for quite some time. I signed him to a 5-year contract extension, and ever since then, he's requested to leave the club. It was this stupid FIFA glitch that I was getting often, don't really get as much now. But, you know, I think he was out for 2 weeks, and then he came back. And ever since then, he was complaining about his fitness and wasn't sure if he was going to help the team. I just kept telling him, you'll be fine, you'll be fine. I eventually ignored it. That made him mad. And he's been wanting to leave for, 4 years. I kept putting that off. But I tried to renew his contract. I was not able to do so. So he is departing the club at the end of the season. He will be joining RC Lens. This is really tough because I wanted him to continue to improve and be a key player for us. But at the same time, life keeps moving on. I've signed Chris Richards, the American center back, for $43 million, 84 overall. He's better than Vera. And just like that, Vera will be sitting on the bench doing nothing for the rest of the season. Matthew Platt will be going on a short loan move to Marseille. Doing this because Vera is now the backup center back. Going to be loaning out Platt. And I think he'll end up being the backup center back next season. He's the only original player left at the club, so I do not want to see him leave. Carlo Braun will also be going on a short loan move to Real Madrid. If you remember, he's a free agent attacking mid I signed at the beginning of the season. And honestly, I mean, we've loaned out a player last episode to Bayern Munich. Now we're loaning out a player to Real Madrid. I mean, we are a big club. We are massive. Marcus Robinson will be departing the club. He's joining American side San Jose Earthquakes. Diego Duarte will be going on a short loan move to Brentford for the rest of the season. James Woolley has been sold to Luton Town for just under $1.5 million. And Rashid Al-Masari will also be departing the club. He's going to Danish side Midtjylland. Signed him, I think it was just a random free agent. He's Iranian goalkeeper. Well, maybe he's been a career backup, but don't mind seeing him go. So in the round of 16 in the Europa League, we have been drawn against Spartak Moscow. First leg was an easy 2-0 victory. Second leg was an easy 3-1 victory as we were advancing 5-1 on aggregate. Lewis McIntosh will be joining the first team. Scottish goalkeeper, 85-91 potential. He has to go up, and honestly, he's got the quality too. In the next round of the Europa League, we drew against Levante United, but Boyce Clark did suffer an injury in our 1-0 win, and he has pulled his groin. He is out for the next 3 weeks, and that is a tough thing because we still have to play Levante United in that time frame. But it did not matter. We got the 2-1 victory, and we advanced 3-1 on aggregate. Wayne Evans will be departing the club. He will also be joining MLS side of San Jose Earthquakes. And we have an issue. In the first leg against RB Leipzig, we did lose 2-1. So that means I gotta play the second leg. This is the semifinal, so we win this game by 1. But it has to be 2-1. Anyway, if we advance, we advance to the final. And this is the team we're going with. Boyce Clark's in goal. Richards and Meyer are the center backs. Alvarez, Schwab, outside backs. Otero and Ashworth are in the defensive mids. Schaefer and Somers on the wings. Barrow is the attacking mid. Gelhard's up top. Here are the highlights.
And a chance to whip it in here. Could be. And a goal. Can he finish this? A real opening now. And a goal. Chance here. And it's a double.
So we were able to win the game, and win the game by enough goals. 3-1 victory. That means we're going to the Europa League final. But before we do that, we've got to promote some players. First will be Frankie Graham, English right mid, good dribbling, good passing, 5-star weak foot. Should be a very good player for us. Harvey Welsh will also be joining the first team, another very good potential English striker. Thomas Waters, very high potential English defensive mid, 5-star, 5-star. Want him to succeed. Fabio Aguiar will also be joining the first team. Portuguese left back, 5-star weak foot, high work rate. Exactly what you want from a left back. And here we are in Marseille, the UEFA Europa League final. FC Barcelona. I don't know how. I mean, I say the club has fallen off, but they're in a Europa League final. So I don't know how they're down here, but this is going to be an issue. And looking at their journey, I mean, they had Freiburg, decent, Arsenal, Nice, I don't know how good they are. I mean, we had Moscow, Levante, and Leipzig, so neither side had a easier journey. They had a much more convincing journey. I mean, 7-1 in the second leg, so that makes me think they had injuries, and now all their players are healthy, and they are back to the Barcelona of old. And looking at the team, that fully explains it. I mean, Ter Stegen's in goal. They got Christensen, Bastoni. I mean, they got Jose Gaia, Wag at the outside back positions. I mean, they got Locatelli defensive mid, Mason Mount and Frankie de Jong in the midfield, Fati and Olmo as the wingers, and got Gomez up top. I mean, this is a legit team. I think this is a Champions League final winning team. Don't know why they're down in the Europa League. Has to have been because of injuries, but that could cause some issues. And here is our team. We got Boyce, Clark in goal. Richards and Meyer are the center backs. Alvarez, Schwab outside backs. Ashworth, Otero center mids. Schaefer, Somers outside mids. Paulo attacking mid. Gelhard striker. We're in it for a tough game. Here are the highlights.
Let's see what they do this time. And there's the delivery. The opening goal in the final. Is the referee's verdict.
Well, no doubt about it. That earlier challenge was a definite booking.
Otero in possession. Now a decent position. And a goal! I'll tell you what. Barcelona now in potentially a dangerous position. Gomez. He's using his strength to good effect. Mount. He'll take this on. Oh, the crossbar is still reverberating. An encouraging move from Barca. Maximiliano Gomez. Good-looking ball. And played in. Oh, a goal it is! Look easy. Mount. Well, he read that brilliantly at the back. Now, counter-attacking possibilities here. Level pegging, but can they change that? Oh, a goal! Late! It's with Kingsley Coman. Frankie de Jong. Coman. And there's the delivery. Oh, it's gone in. And that will be written down as an own goal. No wonder he's hanging his head.
Well, no question about this. As you can see, this will go down as an own goal.
Disappointment on one side, but sheer jubilation on the they've wanted. Now it's in their possession. The winners of the UEFA Europa League.
Well,
I said it was going to be a tough game, and boy, it was a tough game. I mean, it took a 118th minute corner to divide the two sides, but the only thing that matters is the fact that we did win the Europa League. We are Europa League champions. That is now our second European League final in a row, and win. So now we have the Conference League, we have the Europa League, and next season we're hunting for the Champions League. Meyer did suffer an injury in that game. He's out for 4 weeks. That could hinder us in the rest of the Premier League season, but it should not be that big of an issue. And it wasn't. We ended up finishing third. I was going to play the final game. However, I think Leicester City and Man City had an earlier kickoff, but I don't remember why, but I didn't play it. I mean, you see how close this was. Fifth and first were 2 points away. But most importantly, we're in the Champions League next season. In the semifinals of the FA Cup, we got knocked out by Liverpool 2-1. Carabao Cup, we got knocked out by Arsenal 2-1 in the 4th round. And of course, in the Europa League, we won 4-3 in the final. Alvarez, Ashworth, Barrow appeared in every single game this season. Meyer, Schwab appeared in all but one. Barrow led the team in goals with 35, Gelhardt was just behind him with 31, and Schaefer and Somers both had 14 and 13 respectively. Barrow led the team in assists with 19, Somers had 12, and of course, because why not, Boyce Clark also had 2 assists. And the only 2 players departing the club this year are Vera and Malsari. I mean, look at this team. I mean, Barrow's up to a 93 overall, Ashworth is at an 88, Somers is at an 86, Boyce Clark 89, Alvarez 88. I mean, the way things are going, I mean, back to back your European League wins does not seem that far off. I mean, you look at this team. I mean, Gelhardt, I don't know if he's going to be a striker next year. I think we want to bring in a better player. I mean, Schaefer's young and improving, Otero's young and improving, Schwab is young and improving, Meyer's young and improving. So the only thing that this team is really lacking is a out-and-out striker. I don't know who that's going to be next season, but I mean, I think that he might win the Champions League next season. Next episode, we will start our Champions League journey. Obviously, I will then find out if we have a chance of winning it or if we're still going to need another year or two. But I mean, looking at the club, hopefully the board gives us enough money to bring in some new key players. But I think we really do stand a chance at winning. I hope you guys did enjoy this episode. Next episode will be out tomorrow, as always. Hope you guys have enjoyed, and it is J Beebs signing off. What's up, guys? It is J Beebs here, and welcome to yet another episode of the Barrow Road to Glory. Things are going so good for this club. We are now finally participating in the Champions League. I think we have a very good chance to win it. And signing this man might just help us do so. Cano, we have stolen him from Bayern Munich. I used him in a Road to Glory last year on FIFA 21. I mean, $118.5 million was definitely worth the price tag. 90 overall, and he might just be what puts us over the edge. Fabio Aguiar will be departing the club. He is going to Italian side Venezia. Victor Kiss will be going on a 1-year loan move to Danish side Genk. Tomic will be going on a 2-year loan move to Burnley. Chris Richards has departed the club. He is going to Hoffenheim in Germany for just over $50 million. He's no longer starting for the club. I mean, I signed Upamecano for a reason. He will not be missed. He was a half-season replacement. And honestly, I was able to then sign Inacio from Leipzig, $70 million for the 27-year-old Portuguese center back, 86 overall. Very good bit of business by me. I think it's a very big upgrade, and now we have Meyer as the ultimate super sub center back, so I think everything is coming together. CD Jota will be going on a 1-year loan move to Italian side Sampdoria. Frankie Graham will be going on a 1-year loan move to Belgian side Zurich Waregem. Finley Thomas has been sold to Cardiff City for just over $1.6 million. And look at what we have here. We won the Conference League. You don't get to go and do any special thing for winning that. but we won the Europa League, which means we are in the Super Cup against, I don't even know what Italian side that is. I'm pretty sure it's Atalanta, not 100% sure, but I do think we stand a very good chance of winning. And this is the team we're going with. Boyce Clark is in goal, Upamecano and Nacio center backs, Alvarez and Schwab are the outside backs, Ashworth and Otero defensive mid, Schaefer Somers on the wings, follows the attacking mid, Gulhard's up top. Here are the highlights.
Can they convert? And there it is! Textbook closing down, and now they're on the attack. Can he take advantage? And a goal! And played to the front post. And there it... He's managed to lose his marker. Surely! And that's the hat!
We were able to get a very good, very respectable 3-1 victory. This should put us on the map. I mean, I don't know what the chances are if you win the Super Cup or the chances you win a European trophy, but 3-1 victory, very good for us. And we get to add a little bit more silverware to the trophy cabinet. So I won Manager of the Month for August in the Premier League. And Group D is an interesting group. We have been drawn against Milan, PSV, and Galatasaray. We faced off against the Turkish side in the Europa League last season. Milan is a very good team. I'm going to assume PSV is also a very good team, so this could be an interesting game for us. And we are hosting Milan in the first game of the Champions League, Barrow's first ever time in the Champions League. Let's go. And the team is the exact same as it was for the Super Cup. This is going to be the lineup for the rest of the season, and probably the rest of the series, so get used to it. Here are the highlights.
Take the lead here.
Correction, I should have said highlight. 1-0 victory. It should have been more, it could have been more, but most importantly, Milan looked like absolute garbage. 1-0 victory. Pretty good way to start off your Champions League campaign. Youth Academy going to Brazil to get us some attackers. Going to Argentina to get us some playmakers. And finally going to Chile to get us some defenders. So, Cian Joan has been sold. He is going to Swansea City for 1.8 million. Lep has been sold to Barnsley. He's departing for just over 2 million. I won Manager of the Month in November. And I had to sign this guy because of board objective. Had to sign Asian players. I'll be signing Galib Abdul Hamed, as well as Madani Abdullah Rahman and Wasim Abdullah. So I really love that FIFA does this. We hit a milestone, 250 wins in 488 matches, 103 draws, 135 losses. Numbers could be a little bit better, but honestly, I'm just really glad FIFA actually does this. So in the league, we are currently in 5th in a Europa League spot. However, I mean, it's a very tight top 4. Brighton are somehow top of the league. Don't know how that happened. In the Champions League, we did finish top of our group. And we will be facing off against Napoli next episode. And that next episode will be coming out later. As you can tell, I'm a little bit rushed, a lot less rambling this episode because I just cannot wait for the next episode to come out. Champions League knockout stages, our very first ever time. I'm going to give you guys a little bit of a hint. There's a very good chance it's the last episode. So make sure you guys check that out tomorrow. Hope you guys did enjoy, and it is J Beebs signing off. What is going on, guys? I am J Beebs, and you're about to embark on what could potentially be the last ever episode of the Barrow Road to Glory. Last episode, we made it to the knockout stages of the Champions League. Today, we have a chance to win the Champions League and the series and officially call ourselves the best team in the world. Now, it's going to be a long journey, and that is not the only thing that we're going to be doing. We still have our Premier League season to go. The FA Cup is still a thing. So, while the main emphasis will be on the Champions League, there's still a whole lot of stuff to worry about. And honestly, I like it this way. So, if you guys have been following along the series, you'll know I don't normally show you when players return from loan, because I think it's pretty irrelevant. But this man, Alex Tavares, if you remember, at this point 2 years ago. So what would be the beginning of episode 14? I decided to loan Tavares out because I brought in Gelhardt to be our starting striker. And I let him go. I sent him on a 2-year loan move to Real Betis. Now, immediately after that, I regretted that because I had switched him. I had this entire plan. I switched him from his normal right wing position to that striker spot. Sent him out on loan. He immediately became an 82 overall. And he has now grown to a 92 overall. So while he was out on loan, he went up technically 10 overall. He is now one of the best strikers in the world at 22 years old. We brought him up from the youth academy. I mean, this is storyline purposes and just player career purposes. I think this is exactly how you want to do it. You come up through the ranks, you play good, you go out on loan, you rediscover yourself in a brand new position. You come back to one of the youngest, hottest teams in the league, in the world, and you are now considered one of the best players in the world. So obviously, he's going to be starting for us, and I think, I talked about it last episode, I might need to bring in a new striker. I don't think we need to anymore. So, again, life still happens. We still have a full entire club to manage. Manek will be going on a short loan move to Watford for the rest of the year. Ivan Boyko has been sold to FC Lugano. I won Manager of the Month for January. Basim Smajli will be sold to Elche CF. Nick Jones is going to Boca Juniors in Argentina. And obviously the Champions League knockout stages are happening. In the first leg against Napoli, we beat them 2-1. In the second leg, we drew the game 1-1, meaning that we are advancing on aggregate. I was considering about playing Napoli because they have one of our players on loan there, but he was not starting, so I couldn't do that. In the next stage, we drew against PSG. Obviously, they're an insanely good team. We drew the first leg 2-2. And obviously, I have to play the next leg. We don't have an advantage. We lose, we're out. And this is the team that we are going with. Boyce Clark is the keeper. Upamecano and Nacio are the center backs. Alvarez and Schwab are the outside backs. Ashworth and Otero are the defensive mids. Schaefer and Somers on the wing. Barrow is the attacking mid. And the man turning from loan, Tavares, is the man up top. Here are the highlights.
Well, visionary passing. Well, fantastic reflex action. Now, do they mean business on this occasion? Surely. Well, it could be on for him here. Can he find the net? In it goes! The advantage is with PSG. Well, a joy to watch. And this time it's... Is it going to be? And there it is!
So we were able to get a 4-1 win, which means we will be advancing on aggregate 6-3. We are continuing our Champions League journey. We definitely should have won this game. I don't know how good PSG are in relation to some of the other teams, but if they are still one of the best teams in Europe, this is a very promising sign. We also, in the next round, drew Bayern Munich. We drew them 2-2. And just like PSG, gotta play that second leg. We're hosting them at Holger Street. The lineup is the exact same, and hopefully so is the result. Here are the highlights.
Well, that pass easy on the eye. It's gone in! So they want to make this move count. Oh, could be. In it! And attempting the through ball. Oh, yeah! Well, they might be onto something. And there is the goal!
Literally the exact same. Another 4-1 victory, which means again we are advancing on aggregate 6-3. So now we've taken down PSG, Bayern Munich, and Napoli. I don't know what teams are left, but I do know. I think we might be the best team in the world. And we got to prove that we're the best team in England. We're at Wembley for the FA Cup final against Liverpool. We definitely have had the easier journey. We faced Leicester. They're a very good side, but then we faced Wolves and Bournemouth. Liverpool had Man City and then Chelsea. So we had the easier journey, but I think no matter what journey we have, it would be easier. And here's the team for us. 4-3-1 as always. Same lineup as always. You know it's going to be an easy win for us. Liverpool are playing their 4-3-3. I mean, they do have a very good side. I mean, they got Bellingham, Arnold, they got Luke Shaw still. They got Jimenez, Allison, Chiesa, Jota, Orizabal. I mean, they got a very good team. However, will they be able to beat us? Here are the highlights.
Surely. Oh, and it... Now a decent position. Can he finish this? Oh, there it is! Well, it could be on for him here. Is it going to be? Oh, yeah! Can he find the net? Oh! Oh, he's gone for goal. Chance maybe. Tremendous ball played through and darting through. There it is, and he can...
I couldn't even show you guys the full highlights, but we won at 9-1, okay? We won the FA Cup 9-1. What a final, what a victory. First time we won the FA Cup, so, I mean, surprising it took this long, but just kind of luck of the draw. And we got at least one trophy this season. So, Mateo Herrero has torn his MCL. He is going to be out for the next 3 months. That happens in late May, which means he will most likely miss the Champions League final. And of course, it's at Wembley. I mean, this is essentially a home game for us, as we were facing off against Inter Milan. I mean, Inter Milan, they had to face Leverkusen. They're not that good of a team. What is Atalanta? We smoked them. Leipzig, we stole one of their best defenders. I mean, we faced Napoli, PSG, and Bayern Munich. So we definitely had the harder journey here. Let's hope it pays off. Inter are playing a 3-1-4-2. They got Renato Sanchez in there. They got Reina and Kubo on the wings. They got Moise Kean at striker. Koundé, their right center back, was a player that I was looking to bring in before I went with Ignacio. Van der Voort's in goal. This is a decent team. I think, I mean, especially with their formation, we should easily exploit them, especially with how much we use our wingers getting in behind. Their back three is going to be so far stretched out. Then Tavares and Barrow will just have hours of time in there. And here is the starting lineup. Boyce Clark is in goal. Upamecano and Nacio are the center backs. Alvarez and Schwab, outside backs. Otero, Ashworth, defensive mids. The back seven is the exact same. Then, obviously, Schaefer is out with an injury, so Andrews is having to replace him. So it's Andrews and Somers on the wings. Barrow attacking mid. Tavares, the leading man. Here are the highlights from the Champions League final.
This is it, the Champions League final. They are underway. Who will be crowned Club Kings of Europe? A good and fair challenge. And that puts them in position. Well, now in a dangerous position. Oh, there's the goal! Luis Felipe. Now Ferrari, Kolo Muani, and Keane. Surely! Oh, the equaliser! Reina has it. Moise Keane. Still level here, but the pressure escalating. He takes aim. Oh, there it is! Reina has it. Mohamed Kudus. Well, attacking possibilities. It's a good-looking ball in behind. And he's done it! So the ball is running again at 2-2. Now can they make something happen? Can they forge ahead? They do! And you've got to... Well, we'll find out a lot about Inter's attitude in the aftermath of that concession. Promising attack, this. A glorious chance. And there it is! A two-goal cushion now. Here's Renato Sanchez. Mohamed Kudus. And Keane. And can they prize them open now? I think I spoke too soon. Wasn't the best of passes finally. Chances on. A goal! It's with Alvarez. Upamecano. Good work to win it back high up the pitch. He could pick out a teammate. Oh, big opportunity. It's gone in. It's a good inter-move in the making. Far from a good pass. And the counter-attack is on. Options available. Can they keep it going? And cutting inside. Oh, and it goes! Sensational! Renato Sanchez. An authoritative challenge. 20 minutes to go in this one. Surely, another goal! The lead! Showing a real will to win the ball. Counter-attacking, very much an option. All hands on deck. Oh, good strike! And still danger here. And in the second time of asking, it's...
Just look at the emotions out there. Joy and relief on one side, despair and heartache on the other. But we've got the right winners here. They fully deserved it.
Here we go. The Champions League winners.
Well, this is what they wanted. What a moment for these.
So in a competition that is usually quite dull and quite boring, we brought the excitement, destroyed them. And we are now Champions League winners. We are UEFA Champions League champions. We beat Inter Milan. I mean, I hate to say it, but that will be the end of the series. Obviously, we're going to finish out the season, recap things, but this is the last episode. We have completed the quest. The entire goal of this journey was to win the Champions League. We were able to do so. We dominated. And now, we will eventually be moving on to our next target. In the Premier League, we did only finish in third. But again, it does not matter. FA Cup, we won 9-1. Carabao Cup, we got knocked out in the semifinals by penalties. We won the Super Cup 3-1. And of course, the Champions League final, 8-3. I mean, I think as a neutral, that probably had to be the most entertaining Champions League final in a very long time. 8-3. I mean, 11 goals in the Champions League final. I don't know if that's ever been done. But what a game, what a performance. Boyce, Clark, Upamecano, Ashworth, Somers, Alvarez, Schwab appeared in like literally every single game. Barrow had 44 goals this year. Somers had 22. Tavares had 17 in 26 games. Very impressive. Somers led the team in assists with 18. Barrow had 13. Schaefer had 12. I mean, just look at this team. Look at this team. Barrow is a 95 overall. He's the best player in the world. We signed him as just a little teenager from Austria, and I turned him into the best player in the world. Tavares, I mean, developing from the youth academy. I mean, he started off as a young Brazilian winger, and again, he went out on loan. He became a striker. He became one of the best in the world, if not the best in the world. Boyce Clark, our goalkeeper. There was a lot of shaky moments. He made a couple of really stupid mistakes. I wasn't really sure if I was going to keep him for this entire series, but dynamic potential obviously helped so much. He played so well for us throughout the journey of this. Upamecano, I think, was in the latter stages of this series, was the most important signing I ever made. I mean, he purely solidified that back line. He really helped us out. And then Ashworth, another youth academy player that I mean, has just been growing and improving ever since we got him, signed him up, trusted him, got him, you know, made sure that when he was really bad, got him a little bit of rotation time. And Summers, I mean, free agent. I love signing some free agents, especially at this point in the journey. Signed him up. He played so well for us. Alvarez improved so much from when we got him. He was just I mean, he stole Hutton's spot, and he's so big, fast, and strong. Perfect at right back. Inacio was really another thing that went with Upamecano. A good, solid center back pairing. Really helped carry the defense. Otero, free agent. His role was kind of mixed around from center mid to defensive mid at times, but really solidified himself this season. Schaefer was brilliant. Unfortunately, he was hurt, could not play in the final game. Gilhart did his role. Whenever I signed him, did exactly what I wanted from him. Braun just never had a really chance to develop. I mean, he was behind the best player in the world at that attacking mid spot. When he played, he was good, but he didn't play that much because obviously you want the best player on the pitch playing at all times. Schwab at that outside back position. I was really skeptical at the beginning of him being there. He wasn't increasing in overall that much, but eventually figured it out. Andrews we signed. He was a left back. He was not that great of a left back. Switched him to a left mid, then left wing. Obviously, in the Champions League final, he came in. He did his job. It was amazing. Meyer, that center back spot. It's just unfortunate that this season we brought in those two good players. But I think, you know, if he had played this entire season, probably could have been a key player for us. But I really wanted to win this year. Herrero, I mean, he was out on loan for this season, but when he was playing for us, he was very key, very vital, and honestly helped me use the 4-3-3 false 9 that we used whenever we first came up to the Prem. Kiss, really, really unfortunate he didn't really fully develop into the player that I wanted him to. Really only wanted him to develop because, you know, kiss of death. But, I mean, not going to take anything away from him. He was very good for us, made very crucial appearances. Manic, it was just one of those players I felt like I was always sitting out on loan, just never really solidified himself. Obviously, he's behind many, many great attacking mids. That happens a lot, especially with these teams, these Road to Glories. You get a overload of really young players that one spot. You don't want to move them just in case. You know, if I'd switched to a 4-2-3-1 narrow, I had 3 attacking mids. Then he would fit in perfectly. Diogo Duarte, the Brazilian striker. From the youth academy, I wanted to use him a lot. And, you know, I say that a lot, but I really, really did want to use him. I think different time, different journey, he probably would have been a really key player for us. The young Maldini, signed him as a free agent. He was a free agent for like a year and a half. Then I eventually decided to sign him. He was out on loan pretty much his entire time with us, but I mean, when you have a chance to have a Maldini on your team, you take it. Cool was just a very good rotation left back. Made a pretty decent amount of appearances. When he needed to come off the bench, he did. Colin at that right mid spot progressed way quicker than I thought anyone else would have. He was eventually joined the team as a center mid, switched him to that right mid spot, and he soared. CD Jota might be my biggest regret from this series. I really wanted him to be a key player for us, but he just wasn't growing quickly enough. So I did have to eventually move on from him, send him out on loan. Did not want to sell him just because I was hoping something would change. And the rest of the players aren't really that significant except for this man, Matthew Platt. The only original Barrow player left on this team. I mean, he played for us for a very long time. I mean, up through the championship, he was a starting center back for us. But then once he made the jump to the Premier League, just wasn't good enough. And then obviously kept him around as a backup. It's always nice to keep one original player, but yeah, really liked having him. And that is the end of this series. The Barrow Road to Glory is over. Next video that I post out will be a Borussia Dortmund 2 Road to Glory, taking over the second team of Borussia Dortmund. Gonna lead them to be the better Borussia Dortmund, as well as winning the Champions League as well. And plus, since I'm rambling, might as well tell you guys some other stuff. I am working on a Real Sociedad B Road to Glory, an AS Nancy Road to Glory, Hogsund Road to Glory over in Norway, Arges, Road to Glory over in Romania, a Wimbledon Road to Glory in EFL League 1, and then from there, I'm still trying to figure out what exactly I'm going to do. But yeah, it's going to be big. I really hope you guys did enjoy watching. Subscribe if you aren't. Check out those new series. I can also tell you in December, I will be going at least 2 videos, maybe even 3 videos a day. So things will ramp up. Hope to keep that pace for quite some time. But again, thank you guys so much for watching. Really hope you enjoyed. And it is J Beebs signing off.